All right, welcome back to Helos and Homies. I've got a dear friend with me today, Nick Stav. How are you, brother?
I'm great. We became friends since the charity match, didn't we?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was great.
yeah, humble beginnings. For those who know me as a child, I was a diehard Arsenal fan. Kind of died off a bit as I got older, got in touch with my heritage, but the man sitting across from me is diehard, man.
That's it. Bleeds red. Literally, cut me open. I bleed red. Yeah. So don't say I'm a fake Arsenal fan.
Recently on Aftv, bro, massive.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was good. You want to hear the story how I got in there?
Yeah, I think I know, but
You might not though. So I got into London. I made a TikTok saying, "Yeah, I'm in London. Mission get Nick Stav on Arsenal fan TV." So naturally, I had a couple of people that I knew through TikTok reach out to me saying, "Hey, I know I get on interviews. I can get you on." I was like, "Yeah, perfect. Meet me after the game, and he'll try to get me on." I had another guy reach out to me saying, "Bro, if you're here for the Arsenal Man City game, I will get you on for the Arsenal fan TV watch along for the watch along of the game."
Yeah, no.
It's like shit. I was like, "Bro, I'm gonna be out by then. If I was, bro, that would have been sick." Anyway, then I didn't hear anything from my proper AFTV. Then on Wednesday that week, so Arsenal game was on Friday. Wednesday that week, I went to go do the Emirates Stadium tour. And after I did the tour, there's a cafe across the road. It's beautiful. Like you're eating food, you took to the right, and the Emirates Stadium just there. Like it's unreal. And then you could see from a distance, my dad's from a distance, like you could see a guy walking up the stairs. My dad's like, "Bro, is that Robbie guy from Arsenal fan TV?" And from a distance, I'm like, "Nah, bro, he's smaller than that. And he's bigger than that, sorry. He's bigger than that, isn't he?" He's like, "Oh, whatever." I was like, "We have to go that way anyway to go back to the tube. So we may as well walk past." So we finish up, walking past. I'm like 10, 15 meters out. I'm like shit, bro, that's him. That's him. I get off to him. I'm like, "Bro, Robbie, big fan, bro. I love you." From Australia. Anyway, I get a photo with him. And then I was like, "Robbie, bro, in terms of getting an interview, how do I get it?" He goes, "Oh, we're going to be at the Tony Adams statue. Meet us here after the game. It's very busy to get in, so it might be hard. You might not be able to get on." And then, naturally, I'm not one of those guys who goes, "Hey, Robbie, I'm massive on TikTok type of thing." And my dad's like, "Oh, yeah, you should get him on. He's big on TikTok, mate. He's big on TikTok." I'm like, "Oh, my God." I'm like, jeez, I'm cringing. But then the mate...
You got to play the game, bro. You got to play the game.
It's true. My dad was like, "Bro, you're there once. You may as well." Yeah. So then the guy that he was shooting with then goes, "Okay, what's his TikTok?" So then he searches up my name. He goes, "Oh, I'm Nick Stav." And he searches up. He goes, turns to Robbie. He goes, "Oh, bro, he's fucking huge, Robbie. He's huge." Robbie looks, "Oh, shit." And then Robbie heard my story. And bro, I'm from Australia. And we're talking for like good 5-10 minutes. And then I was like, "Yeah, okay, look, come here on the day and get on." On the day, it's a stampede around there. It's an absolute herd. Like, you don't know how packed it is around there. Like, if I didn't know one of the guys through TikTok, I probably wouldn't have got on just because I wouldn't have got through the crowd. Like, he dragged me through the crowd. He's tapping people's shoulders, getting me, got to the front. Then Robbie caught whiff that I was there, and then he got me on in the end. But just a crazy story because people thought I saw Robbie because it was like set up, but it wasn't. It was just by sheer coincidence that day that I went to the Emirates and I saw him there. Yeah. Like, crazy.
I seen you like post videos of you having a feed there and shit like that.
Yeah, it's just surreal because I get up at 5 a.m. in the morning every single week to watch it through the TV, and then you're there. It's different. Like the night I got there, I never posted about it, but I got there on a Sunday afternoon. Yeah, because I did the whole thing where I wasn't going to London. Do you remember that?
I full on believed you.
Yeah, but that's what I did. I just did it to cause a bit of buzz. But then I did it. Oh, shit, he actually is in London. So I got there Sunday afternoon, watched West Ham Arsenal play from a pub. Then that night I was like, I had nothing really to do, so like, fuck, I'm just gonna go to the Emirates. And I didn't record anything, but I got off the train, walked off the bridge, and it's so big. Like you get off and you walk in, and just like I got emotional seeing it. Like it was just like what I dreamed about, which is crazy.
Did you see it when you flew in?
No, I didn't. The funny thing is though, I went from Sydney to Qatar. I stopped at the Qatar. The funny thing is when you get to Qatar and you fly out, like you see all the stadiums that you're watching in the World Cup, like, and they're so close to each other. You fly and you see like the one they played the final, the Lusail Stadium.
Yeah.
Then like you fly another 10 seconds and the Al Janoub Stadium's there. Like that was sick. I didn't see the stadiums flying into England, but Qatar that like brought up a memory about that. Yeah.
When we were flying into London, because I went to Europe last year in July, and we flew into London first thing, and you could see like the Premier League grounds at least.
Yeah.
And then as you got lower, I think Craven Cottage is right near the airport, maybe. Or Luton or shit like that. Luton's a weird one because you're over like a housing estate.
Yeah, and bro, they can make the Premier League.
Yeah, they
have a chance to make the
$10
Premier
million
League.
investment to meet standards. But
like some of those teams in the playoffs right now, I think Coventry City are in there, Luton, Middlesbrough, and Millwall. Millwall would be a good Millwall, West Ham in the Prem. Wow. Jeez. I think anything you get there, it would be great. Yeah. Great.
Bro, that'd be nutters. Yeah. Have you heard of the Millwall Smile?
No, what?
The guy, get a blade, cut your ass, so when you sit down, your ass opens up and it's a smile. Yeah, bro, nah.
Gee, I watched Green Street Hooligans. That wasn't in it.
My dad told me about it because he lived there well before he had any of us kids. He lived there for work for 2 years.
Yeah.
And he lived, oh fuck, how long did he work? I can't remember how long he worked there, but he was working in Leeds. But essentially, like Millwall's like everyone knows about Millwall and football culture. And whenever he asked someone he worked with who was part of like not a hooligan but knew everything you need to know, kind of like if you asked me about OSM or RBB, I could tell you.
Yeah.
In confidence. And he just told him like, oh yeah, there's a thing called the Millwall Smile. Basically, you get like a small knife, real sharp, or like a blade, cut your ass open
Like
when you sit down.
To initiate you into the fan base?
No. If you're like
if you're an opposing fan,
Yeah.
okay.
But they get you in like a crowd. It's hard to explain because it's gone through a guy, it's gone through my dad, it's gone back to me.
It's
but
just legend. It's a legend. That's
Yeah.
right.
But Dad said essentially it's like in the crowd when you're least suspecting, but they can identify you're part of the hooligans on the other team,
crazy.
and they'll just come through and go fucking.
Jeez, you probably need
nuts.
stitches to slice.
I don't know. Obviously, it wouldn't happen anymore because it's a knife.
Yeah.
But anyway, look, we'll backtrack a bit.
Sorry.
An introduction to Nick Stav.
Yeah, sorry. The Nick Stav waffle, bro. That's what I do.
Nick, you got big off TikTok, hey? You're a 20-year-old from Sydney.
Sydney, yeah.
And you got big off TikTok making FIFA/football skits, I'd say.
Yeah. Funny. So the way it started was 2021 lockdown. So you remember our Sydney, we had the whole world went into a first one, but us in Sydney, we went into that second one.
Yeah.
In 2021, and it got to that stage where it was like, I was bored, bro. I was bored. So I sat there and I made a few different types of videos. So, like they weren't really working. And then I just did a tier list. I think I ranked pen takers in the Premier League. Like who were the best pen takers? Video did nuts. Got like 250k views. I'm like, shit, that's sick, bro.
Was that your first ever video?
No, it wasn't my first ever video. If you actually scroll my first ever videos, they weren't actually of me. They'd just be like clips of just like, like the football edits type of thing. Not really like they're cut up now, like they're like HD videos. They weren't like that. But that's how I think I got like 10,000 followers from just doing that. So then I was like...
Was that your first one of you in the video?
First one of me, I think, was like a FIFA skit.
Right.
I think I did like, players that haunt me in foot champs. Yeah. But me actually talking, it was those type of videos. It was like the tier... So then that tier list did well. So I was like, okay, that was easy. Then I did like ranking Premier League youngsters. And that video did like 3 million views. Like, oh my God. So because in lockdown and so much time, every day I was like, bang, I'm going to do a tier list video. And every single day I would edit it up. And I just grew. I think once I got out of lockdown, I came out with like 70k followers.
Nuts.
Which was crazy. And it was weird. I came out of lockdown, went on a night out at the Argyle near the rocks. And I'm there with my mates and that. And then we went to the bar to get a drink. Someone taps me on the shoulder and goes, bro, you that guy from TikTok? I'm like, bro, what the hell? You know me off TikTok? Like, I was like, that was crazy. Where now, like, if I go out and, like, people know football sometimes in Australia, like, they'll know who I am. Like, walking around the Emirates, crazy. Like, crazy. Like, I'm from Australia. I'll cross the world and people, like, knew who the hell I was at the Emirates. Like, that was nuts. But it was a weird come up, but it was cool. It was through lockdown. I think people suffered through lockdown, but for me, it actually helped me.
Yeah. Positive, eh?
Positive, exactly.
Bro, it's nuts. Your come up's nuts. I remember seeing your tier list and shit like that.
Yeah,
I used to disagree with some of them.
Yeah, but that was it. That was it, bro. I remember I'd sit down there and go, I'm going to throw a Man United player in here just because I know it would cause drama. Like, that's just how the TikTok game is. I don't really do that anymore. Yeah. But you watch some of those TikTokers, what they say. They know what they're saying to do it for clicks. Do you know what I mean? Like, fair enough. The game's the game.
Yeah. Speaking of like getting recognised at the Argyle, bro, have you seen my Sunday League videos?
Yes. No way. You got recognised because of those videos?
Around here, because I tag Sydney or Western Sydney sometimes in the hashtag. Like around in the pan comp, they do numbers, bro. So I get recognised. I get hammered. Yeah. Like on the pitch, they go, put that in your fucking TikTok.
Yeah, that's so funny. It's true because I know you want a story time about something like that? I'll give you a story time.
Go, bro.
So, like, obviously through TikTok, I play football. I played in my local league. I think it was the Ryder Comp last year. And I played...
What comp was that shit on Friday? The referee incident.
Bro, that's crazy, bro.
Was that right?
No. That was Padstow. So that would be like Canterbury, I think.
Yeah.
I think that'd be Canterbury. Anyway, that incident was
touch on that later. Yeah. That's crazy.
So the Ryder Comp, and then you play people, and they know who I was, obviously. And we made it to the grand final. But I was injured for like 6 weeks. Did my ankle in a game. Did my ankle in a game. I scored a double in, actually. So, yeah, that's it. I had to put that one in there. Nick Stav scored a header. I scored a header, bro. I think I went to the corner and did the Tim Gale celebration as well, actually. Come on, put respect on that name.
On Sunday League or six-a-side?
No, Sunday league, bro.
Oh,
Sunday, we play on a Saturday, but it's a
Yeah,
Sunday
yeah.
league comp. Anyway, so we get to the grand final, bro. When I say, dude, there was like a fucking RBB there for Nick Stav. And they were there, their mates from the other team. Obviously, word got around that Nick Stav was playing in this game. So they full came up, bro. They made a full TikTok, recorded every single highlight of my game. Me on the bench, me going on the bench, me talking to my players, like full cut up, like a proper video. And then it got I don't know if it got banned or I think they took it down like after a day. But like, just great. Like, how fucked is that? Like,
Yeah, nuts.
And then because you were talking about your Sunday thing, that just came into my head there. That weird story, but yeah, nuts.
Were they hurling comments at you?
Oh, bro, yeah, man. They were giving it. They were giving it, bro. I remember they did the video. They were like bigger flop than Darwin Nunez, I think it was, or something like, or Nicolas Pepe maybe. I can't remember, but I was like, jeez, man, because we lost the final like 5-2. We got pumped, but that's football, isn't it? Though, but I love it though. I love it though.
It reminds me of I'm not comparing you to him.
Yeah.
But when Cal the Dragon started playing outfield on like a Sunday league,
any single
the
clip
crowds he'd get,
yeah,
nuts.
Crazy. He was massive, eh?
He's the original big football TikToker, bro.
Yeah, it's weird because like it's just weird how UK like things can just spiral out of control. Like he's just bro, anywhere he'd go, he'd get recognized there, 100%. But it's just funny because like it's all just because he was just having fun in his backyard, bro, defending shots off his garden gnome. You know what I mean? But good on him though, straight out, good on him.
I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah, but that's just so.
Did you watch the Sidemen charity match?
Yeah. Oh, poor kid. I feel sorry because come on, bro. You can't give him crap. Like he was getting a lot of stick in the comments and that, but good on him though.
Yeah.
And that just shows how big he is. I actually thought about that not too long ago. I was like, bro, he was on TikTok and ended up making to his Simon YouTube charity match.
Yeah.
Because getting followers on TikTok compared to having like subscribers on YouTube is a different ball game.
Yeah.
So like, good on him. That just shows how big he is in the UK.
Do you reckon that would work over here? Because we'll touch on it, but we met at the inaugural Sports Shed TV charity match. What team were you on again?
I was on Ronald McDonald House. No. Oh God, no. I was on Mark Hughes Foundation. Sorry, jeez. Mistab Trader.
Fuck. So for that, like, this wasn't anywhere near like a Sidemen lineup, but in terms of the people that are actually there on the day, bro, there's some big creators. Like yourself was one of them.
Yeah.
Olen was there, but he was injured, but he was still like popping his face. He was in front of my camera.
Yeah, and that was unlucky as well because he was one of the bigger draws to that game. But
Yeah.
bro, John Bernard, he's huge.
Yeah.
That Mahmoud Ismail as well, killing it at the moment.
Moe Duwari.
Moe Duwari, yeah, bro,
Yeah.
those big names there, massive.
Hectic.
Hectic Fred, bro. He's a hectic lad in general, bro. Hectic lad in general. I actually saw him yesterday. He's a top lad, bro. Like I always say to him, bro, one of the nicest guys I've ever met. He's too nice. He's too nice, man. I always say that to him.
Did I ever show you the clip of bro? He kicked off because
one of the guys ran at Jason David. Yeah, I saw it. I remember seeing it because I see him at the end of the game. He goes, "Oh, if I'm that guy, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna take him. I'm gonna take. Why are you running at him like that, bro?" Oh my God, he's
he
so
had no
funny.
shirt on and shit.
Yeah, and he had the bucket hat. He had the bucket hat. Yeah, he did. Oh God.
But yeah, we met at the inaugural charity match, which was cool. But I honestly, just as like a day, I loved it.
I'd be real with you. I was skeptical going in the day. I was skeptical with the fact that
same, bro. I didn't think it would.
Maybe the turnout wasn't going to be great. I thought also the fact that if like the recording footage didn't go well, people would destroy it on TikTok. The 30 show I was worried about was the type of crowd that it would attract. Like, would it be like these teenage kids that just want to be little shits and like get involved? But bro, when I say the Sports Shed guys smashed it out of the water, they did. Yeah. I remember getting to there and I walked through and I was like, bro, how many people are you already? And I was here like, 3 hours before kickoff? I was like, bro, that was unreal.
I think I got there at 12.
And what did it 4 it kicked off?
4. I think you're one of the first that I saw.
Yeah.
I don't think there was anyone there when I got there. But yeah, like I remember you rocking up because of how people reacted for the most part. You could hear, because I was walking around with the camera, you could hear kids out on the thing. As soon as like someone with a name arrived, they'd just go, "Oh, and then, Nick Stav's here. Nick Stav's here. Can I get? Oh, let's get a photo with Nick Stav."
Great, it's so crazy.
Oh no, that's the fucking biggest draw card was Shaq. I didn't realize how big Shaq.
Bro, 1.1 million followers, bro. He's huge, man.
And like Blake Russell, who was on,
Danny and Blake, he's a top guy, man. Bro, he's a top guy. He was on our team. Yeah, very nice guy.
But yeah, there was so many people there that like I knew on the day like they're a creator or whatever. Then I'd get home and I'd go to send them the footage, like raw files. Yeah. I click on their profile. It's like, oh, I can't even send it to them. It's never gonna fucking get to them, bro.
They're too big, bro.
They're too big. What the fuck's the point? But do you reckon that would work? Because I thought about it, bro. I said to Norman, part of Sports Shed,
top guy as well, man.
yeah, all of them, bro.
Yeah.
I said to him, next one's a football one.
Yeah.
You just got, I don't know where you do it. Maybe Lidcombe. Or
Do you know what I said to him? Because I bumped into him at Coogee Pav, I think the next day, just by sheer coincidence. And I was like, bro, you got to do a football one. I'm telling you, do a football one. I reckon you'll get more people than the last one, just because like what they saw. Yeah. And then, bro, I reckon getting I don't know, do you know a Linden at Rockdale?
Yeah.
I reckon I think that's perfect. You got a seated stadium. It's close. I think they could fill that pretty well. I think any stadium kind of like that, I think they could fill out.
I think a train station has to be near it.
Yeah, it's Rockdale. Oh, yeah, you're probably right. Lidcombe was a decent location for that.
Because a lot of the kids, even if they are 17, they might not have their license.
Yeah, to drive. That's a good point. So they'll find the location like that. But totally agree with you. Football, bro. You'll see Nick Stav, aka Andres Iniesta in the midfield, killing it in that game, yeah? Anytime goal scorer, Nick Stav. Didn't get the try, but I'll get the goal.
Bro, I'd love to see it. I was saying to him, like, I reckon so many people would hop on it as well.
Yeah, bro, come on, bro. I'm telling you. And you could get the same amount of people, even, like, people that have seen it now, creators in Australia, that could, like, even bigger ones.
Yeah.
100% could get them hop onto it.
100%. And the only problem I kind of brought up was, I reckon they didn't have enough people knowing that there was blokes playing that haven't been doing any fitness. Remember at the end of the game, bro, it was like 12 versus 11 or something.
Oh, yeah. But you're talking about contact sport and rugby.
Yeah. But
I think that was something I was skeptical about as well, bro. I'll tell you, I remember sitting there, I was like, bro, people are going to take it like seriously. Like, they're not going to take it that seriously. It's going to be fun out there. And like, trust me, I'm in a locker room with guys like massive, bro. I'm seeing that Gio Valentino guy. Bro, he's a man mountain, bro. And I'm there like little Nick Stav just like this. And then they're doing the speech and John Bernard's like, oh yeah, bro, that Mahmoud guy, I'm going to go in. We're going to go straight in on him. We're going to put in big hits, guys. And I'm singing like, bro, they're saying that in the other change room, like, just hit that Nick Stav count. But when I say to you, bro, I was bricking it. I was bricking it before that ball kicked off, bro. I don't know how I didn't come out of there in a coma. I was bricking it. Jeez, man.
Bro, I had some uncut footage of their change room as well.
Yeah.
And there was like them on the bags, and like there was a few of the clips of like them getting hit on the bags and like dropping to the floor and shit. I was like, fuck, I could put this out, but I don't think I will. But they were getting hammered like that.
Jeez, that didn't happen to me at least. That didn't happen to me.
But yeah, bro, that like whole day, I just kept thinking as soon as I left, like as soon as everyone was leaving, I was like sitting there packing up the cameras. It's like this as a football thing would be perfect.
Yeah.
Like imagine Marconi Stadium, but a train station's within 500 meters.
But that's what I'm saying, and they will because the thing is about Lidcombe as well. It was so far away from where the fans could have been, but it was still great.
Yeah.
Like imagine when their fans are just there, bro. It's gonna be sick.
Yeah.
And like what the potential it has in Australia is that us creators should be closer together. We should be.
Yeah.
Like I met some of these guys, and like I'm meeting like who did I think I met up with Moe Delwari at one of the Dragons games as well. Like Hectic Fred.
Yeah.
Like it's so good to stay tight knit because the more content you can create together, the more that's gonna boost Australia.
You know who I've fucking seen everywhere I go? That Giuliano Ali kid.
Yeah, bro, he's all over TikTok, isn't he? He's a very nice kid.
At the footy game.
Oh, you saw him? Yeah, I bumped into him at Jubilee actually.
Yeah.
And he lives in Wollongong, bro. He goes to all the games, bro. Big up him, bro. Like,
yeah, I've seen him everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, who is this kid? And then I recognised him like at a Sharks game.
Because he was in our sheds as well, actually, at the charity match. Yeah.
Yeah, I went to give him a beer and then I didn't realise, like, I think he was like 16 or 15.
Bro, he's not even 18. Bro, do you know what? Emilio De Savage is not, he's 16. What? Bro, he looks like 10 years older than me, man. He could be, his beard could like field my family. Jeez, man. Oh, crazy, bro.
Oh, bro.
Far out.
Too funny. Look, on the topic of NPL and NPL stadiums.
Yeah.
Big topic for you as a football creator in Australia. How do you feel about the second division coming in?
Oh,
and
bro.
Did you see what I posted with Concept Football Club?
With like the marquee players.
Yeah, bro, I got flames for it. But
yeah, but like, bro, what are you supposed to do? What, we're gonna bring in some random no-name player, bro? Of course, it's a TikTok. Yeah. But I like it. I like what I love about the NPL. When it does happen, is that you're gonna have clubs that represent cultures, and I think that's gonna get fan bases out there. Because I'm gonna be in this situation when like,
are you Olympic boy?
Yeah, I'm gonna be a Sydney Olympic boy. Hopefully they get in there. Because bro, can you imagine? I'm gonna go there with all my cousins. I'm gonna go to the games. Like, bro, we're gonna have a Euros at half time. Come on, bro. Like, that's what's gonna put culture back in the sport. My only issue is that when you get a Sydney Olympic versus Rockdale or a City United versus Bonnyrigg and you get Serbia versus Culture, that's my only issue where could you imagine there's a fight? All the news articles are going to be eating that up. And I think that's the one thing that the A-League did well when they brought in like a Western Sydney Wonder is they represented Western Sydney.
Geographical, not nationality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think we've got to the stage in the A-League where who are we going to add? Like what I was talking about, they're going to add a team in Tasmania. Bro, don't add another team where you add another MacArthur and they get 1,000 people at a game. Because then that's what makes the league a laughing stock. Let's get the NPL clubs, get an RPR, pack out Lambert Park, bro. And then go, oh, crap, they actually care about football in Australia. Because we do.
Yeah.
We do. And that's the thing. Like, how many kids walk around with Premier League shirts on when they should be walking around with Australian clubs, bro?
Yeah.
Like, bro, I guarantee when Sydney Olympic go in there, I'm going to be eating that up. I'll probably go to more Sydney Olympic games than I would Sydney FC.
Yeah.
Like, just because it kind of represents my culture and my family.
Yeah. I'm big on that too, bro. So I'm from up in the mountains, as we discussed. But I'm a half Italian.
Yeah.
So if it came in, like, Wonder is like, I'm close with the guy who runs the RBB and everything. I grew up watching them. On my birthday, Shinji Ono scored that goal against Victor.
Shinji, bro.
I
was at the first ever Sydney derby.
Yeah, sick.
Yeah. Pertec.
I'm trying to think, oh, fuck, was I there? Was that where Abini went on and did the fucking 40-yard hit?
No, this game was the one where Del Piero stepped up for the pen, Ante saved, and he scored the rebound, and then went to the corner.
Yeah.
Iconic tongue out. We didn't deserve to win that game, but we did.
Yeah, that was back when you had the bounce of the ball. Yeah. But like honestly, bro, it'd be Marconi without a doubt. Like,
yeah, because it represents your culture.
Yeah, and there's like a sense, there's like a fabric to it that the A-League doesn't have. There's not a single club in the A-League that has this like actual attachment that when if shit goes tits up, you're actually going to back it. Yeah. It shows, bro. No one goes to an A-League game.
It's a very good point because you can always be connected to a club when they're winning and people are talking about it. When no one's talking about it, no one cares, then it's hard. But when it's stuck to your heritage, you're always going to care. And that's a good point.
And bro, we'll give a fuck like you and I. Yeah. Like say what? Pakasetis, right? Is a good Greek footballer. If you sign him on a marquee when you're in the A-League, bro, like you're going to give a fuck and you're going to welcome like with a hero's welcome. Like 100%. He's played for Greece at the top level. Same with us. Say like the guy I put forward was Kandreva because he's almost 40. Yeah. Right? His legs are going to cark it soon. Yeah. So I was like, Marconi should aim at Kandreva or realistically, actually Bonucci. Like he's someone you genuinely... With all the pokies at Marconi, why not? Like, we've got the money.
Exactly.
It's like, they would get welcomed as, like, gods to this. You know what I mean? But if Wanderers sign Bonucci, give a fuck. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool.
It's true. It's a very good point. Because I was even talking about, you can bring him here on the sense that, like, hey, Australia's got a lot of Italians. I remember Del Piero could have gone a lot of places. He could have gone a lot of places. I heard that was it the CEO or someone, whoever nabbed him from Sydney FC at the time, flew out to Italy and, like, showed him, like Italian culture, the Italian DNA in Australia, and that's how they got him over. I guarantee you said that. I don't know if you know about Georgios Karagunis. Yeah. He came to Sydney a few months ago, and he played in a game, they called it like a Legends game, and they just played random people from Gladesville, Sydney Olympic, all the Greeks in the local area were playing in this game, and like, bro, he got a crowd at Lambert Park just like playing an exhibition game, and what's Karagunis like 40-some years old, hasn't touched a ball in ages. And that's kind of good. Imagine you bring like a Greek player like that, like a Bakasetas, that could come and represent a club, bro. And like Bakasetas will represent the Greek community. Bonucci will represent the Italian community. Yeah. Pandev will represent the Macedonian community. Yeah, people latch onto that stuff. And I would thrive on that. I would love it.
Oh, bro, I'd love it. Back to the Greek thing. Like South Melbourne, realistically, if this happened 5 years ago, signed Samaras at the end of his career. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a
like fucking what's his name? He's kicking ball in Romania? Papadopoulos, is that his name?
Papadopoulos, centre half.
Bro, he's gone to shit.
Get Socrates, bro. Get him in as well, bro. Straight out, he's gone to shit as well. Like far, yeah. But we got a lot of players. Greece's got a lot of players like that. You could do. 100%.
Well, the national team.
Mitroglou, if he's fallen off.
Yeah, but the national team's kind of fallen to shit, eh?
Yeah, it's tough. But the thing is with the Greek, they're in it.
Are you attached to him?
I do, bro. I got up for the Greece-Spain game in the qualifiers. Like, I get up. My younger cousin, 4 years younger than me, he's all over it. He loves it. Like, he'll follow everything. Like, oh, look at Mavropanos' match rating in this game, bro. He's one of the best centre-backs in Europe, bro. The thing is with the Greece at the moment, they're in a predicament where, I don't know, but you know how people go, South American qualifiers are harder than the European? Yeah. I kind of tend to disagree with it. And I put it like this. If you're Greece and you're trying to make a World Cup, you're in a European group with 5 nations, and they're seeded. So you're gonna have a team like Spain or an England or a France, and then your second side is gonna be a good side. It could be like a Serbia, And then Greece are a third seed. So if you want to make the World Cup as a European nation, you're Greece. So top spot gets guaranteed qualification, and second spot then goes into a playoff with 4 other teams, and you have to be the best out of 4 to make it. So if Greece want to make the World Cup realistically, they're in a group with France and Serbia. Realistically, Greece are not going to top France. So France will take out that top spot, 110%. Say by the luck of the draw, Greece are absolutely unreal, and they get results over Serbia, and they get in that second spot. But then they have to go into a group where they verse Sweden, Portugal. They could verse Italy. Italy came second in their group. Portugal came second in their group. So how is it feasible for a Greece to now make a World Cup again without properly producing insane talent? It's so hard. Yeah. And I think that's what they're suffering from at the moment. And in the European qualification group, we've got France and Netherlands. Oh, good luck, man.
Yeah.
Good luck. We're not going to see Greece at a major tournament for a while. And the way the new World Cup works, they haven't given a lot of spots to Europe. It's got Asia's got another 4 spots. I think they've done more for Oceania as well and with the African nations. So next time we see Greece in a major tournament, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. So I'll soak up the amount of juice I got from that Samaras penalty in 2014.
Fuck, bro. Look, as soon as you mentioned that second place World Cup thing, qualifiers, just heart sunk.
Italy,
I was telling my dad at the time, my brother's not really into the Italian thing as much, but even my brother mentioned it to me as well. When we drew to fucking Northern Ireland, maybe.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
My brother and I said I think we're done.
Once you draw a game like that, you're done. And you guys drew to Switzerland as well, which was
Euros was false hope.
Yeah, I think
you know what's crazy about if we go through if we scrape through the qualifiers, we go to that World Cup, we're actually
competitors.
Yeah.
Contenders. But that's just how European nations are.
Yeah, but then Ronnie doesn't go. But they were shit at the World Cup, I reckon.
They were poor, bro.
Yeah.
They scored 6 against Switzerland, but then other than that, they were poor. They got lucky. They were lucky in that group that Uruguay were tits.
Yeah. What do you reckon the phenomenon is around Croatia at the World Cup? Do you reckon there's a phenomenon? Or do you reckon that's just the team?
I think their juice is done now. I think, bro. Luka Modric, bro, is absolutely unreal, bro. I think he literally gets better with age. I think a lot of people go when they compare the Iniesta to Modric. Trust me, I'm a big Iniesta guy. But if you want to sit there and say Modric is better, I'll listen, because people say, Iniesta dominated the era Modric was in. But the way I put it is that Modric doing it when he's 35, 36, 37 is a lot harder than Iniesta dominating the scene when he's 28, 29, 30.
Yeah.
He's doing it at the peak of his powers. When Modric is body is deteriorating and still becoming a better footballer. And it's so physically, bro, you're watching him in that game against Liverpool where they pumped him 5-2. He skipped from his own 18-yard box all the way to the other side of the field and created a goal single-handedly. The guy's a general. I think he's not going to be there next World Cup for Croatia. Maybe he'll just kick through on the international scene. But I think Croatia have lost their juice. But I don't know if you ever saw on a TikTok. I don't know if you ever saw it where I said Croatia are underdogs.
Maybe.
So I made a TikTok and I said...
Your most famous one around the World Cup was saying Australia get out of the group.
Exactly, bro. Honestly, I've got to say that elevated me in Australia a lot.
Oh, big time, bro. My mates were talking about
it was crazy, I think, because a lot of my followers are from UK normally.
Yeah.
And in Australia, I would get recognised, but not majorly. Post-World Cup, different, bro. It was different.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
How was that?
Crazy. Oh, that was sick, bro. The thing that pissed me off about that, I'll go into a rant now as well. So I've been called a fake fan, plastic fan, because I'm an Australian Premier League fan.
Yeah.
Fake fan, spoil your local, bro. Okay, so when I was the one making TikTok saying that Australia were going to get out of the group, but I had gazillion Australians in my comments commenting, "Oh, bro, you're going to embarrass Australia by saying we're gonna beat all these nations and get out. You're embarrassing our sport." Okay, so when I'm backing Australia football in our country, I'm an embarrassment. But then when I go overseas and I kind of represent Australian Premier League fans over in the UK on a social media sense, I'm an embarrassment as well. Pick the argument you want to pick. I'm supporting the Australian football, but it's absolutely unreal. Yes, maybe I should probably go to every single, a lot of Sydney FC games. But geez, man, you can't expect me to go every single week. Give me a break. It's nuts. People just can't give you props for what you're doing for sport in this country. It's just, that ticks me.
Bro, people nitpick at shit that, they expect so much more from people than they expect from themselves.
I think it's just jealousy, bro. At the end of the day, people would love to be in our position doing what we're doing in the football world. Come on, bro. For me to go to London and watch my team I love to play, bro, it's a dream. And a lot of people like it as well, but that's they get salty and stuff like that. And I think that's all we have an issue with in Australian football.
Tall poppy, bro.
Yeah, big tall poppy syndrome in Australia. It is like that. Once someone slips up, bro, look at John Bernard, bro. Come on, man. In the grand scheme of things, what he did during COVID lockdown, bro, does anyone actually care? It's because he was popping at that moment, absolutely popping on social media, and like, who the hell is this guy? And then once little hiccup, bang, cut him off the scene.
Yeah.
And bro, for him to come back like he's done, bro, absolutely unreal. And that's props to John. He's a top lad as well.
Yeah,
top
he's a
lad.
good bloke, eh?
Oh, bro, like a lot of people go, oh, bro, he's so sarcastic. I'm like, bro, in real life, I gotta say, one of the most like hard-working guys I've ever seen. If every single time I see him, he's working on something. It's like, oh, Stav, how you doing? He goes, well, I'm going here in 3 months' time. In 6 months' time, I'm gonna be in 12 months' time. I'm gonna be here. Like, he's absolutely unreal, and he's given me a lot of opportunities. So shout out to him.
Yeah, he's a don, bro. Like, I had him on the pod ages ago, and that's when the pod was in like this other studio when it was handheld mics.
Yeah,
it was a shit show. But yeah, we're at the charity match, and like he's just thinking about like what he's gonna put out content wise. Then he's like asking me to film this, whatever, because I was filming shit, and like, bro, he just doesn't stop. And at the World Cup, he was there. I sent him a photo because we'd talked before. I was like, oh, yeah, my dad's at the World Cup. Sent him a photo of my dad. Next TikTok, dad's in there getting interviewed.
What a lad, bro. He's so good. Funny thing is that he didn't know he was going out to the World Cup till like a week before. He didn't know. So I was out, I think I was at a shopping center, and he called me. And he's like, oh, hey, Stav, how you doing? I was like, oh, I'm good, bro. He goes, bro, I'm just saying, you know something, I'm going to the World Cup. I was like, oh, that's sick, bro.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. He's like, he goes, bro, I'm doing this, Stav, bro. Like, you know me, I'm not a big like soccer fan. Like, let me know what the hell we're gonna do. So I remember telling him, I was like, bro, you gotta hop on this fake fan stuff. I've heard that there's fake fans surrounding there. And he goes, okay, perfect. And he sent me a message back, goes, yeah, bro, that was perfect idea, bro. I think that TikTok popped as well. But him during the World Cup, his videos are unreal, bro.
Yeah.
He's mic'd up games. It was at the Australia versus Argentina. Bro, they were unreal. Him and his brother Nick, they were gold. Gold, bro.
Fuck, I'm just remembering him now, eh?
Yeah.
Like, I forget TikToks all the time, but when people bring them up, like that one, bro, where's he? I think he's sitting at a game, and it's like a Spain game maybe.
Okay, yeah.
And he was talking to like this lady, and like that was Spanish or something, or a team was losing, bro. I remember losing it.
It was so good. I remember the Argentinian game. They were just giving it like, bro, Ronaldo would never do that, bro. Why is Messi freaking diving on the ground? They were just, and then his brother Nick rips off the Australia top and he has an Argentina top underneath.
So for people listening that may not be aware of Stav's work, he was on a podcast or a show essentially every day during the World Cup.
Yeah.
But during the World Cup on TikTok, this guy in front of me comes out and says, I'll dye my hair blonde if we don't get out of the group. Now, to give context, when Australia were heading into the World Cup, France obviously being the winners, whilst there's a thing called the World Cup curse where you don't win it twice in a row, or I think, maybe the 70s was the last time?
No, I think Brazil did it. I think Brazil did it. They did it back-to-back in 02. Oh, no. Yeah, 02 and 06, wasn't it?
No.
No, sorry.
Yeah.
They did do it back-to-back.
Maybe in the 80s.
No, sorry. 02 and 06, they got out of their group, sorry.
Yeah.
They got out of their group. That was the thing, is that the winners wouldn't get out of the group the next World Cup,
Yeah.
sorry.
Italy's been cursed essentially since in the World Cup terms, since 06. But France, we had in our group. So there's like an underlying suspicion that despite being the world's best, we think France may get knocked out. However, in our group as well, we have Tunisia, who are Northern African, and they are like hard fucking men. Like they are like, bro, they could be a bunch of assassins. Like, do you remember that guy's first tackle against Denmark?
Bro, it was crazy.
The bald-headed centre-back, and he comes across.
Yeah,
Bro, and he gets up and he's fight. Bro, fuck, I'm scared.
Yeah,
I'm on the other side of the world.
Because they got a 0-0 draw against Denmark that game, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then Denmark going into the World Cup. Now, for those who don't follow along with football, Denmark are kind of a minnowing nation. However, their years in the spotlight were 2015 to 2020.
Yeah.
And Euro semi-finalists.
They literally made the Euro. They took England to literally extra time at Wembley in the semi-final of Euro. That people forget, not even like Euro 2020. It was technically Euro 2021, like the year before.
Yeah.
Like, I think people forget that achievement that Australia did to beat them.
Yeah.
So good going.
But yeah, so like just for the listener, in terms of our group, if someone was to say, I think Australia finished bottom, if you're not Australian, you wouldn't disagree. So this kid hops on TikTok and he goes, fucking, if Australia don't make it out, or was it blonde?
Yeah, I dyed my hair blonde.
Yeah, dye his hair blonde. And then all the Aussie kids who make TikTok edits were blowing him up. And then there was a bunch of guys in the comments just like basically saying, you're blonde.
Yeah.
Our first game, we go into the World Cup and we're 4-1 down. We score first. Sick feeling, eh? Bro,
Wow, bro. I was in the office, I remember, and it was limbs in the office. I think I tripped someone over. I think my dad said tripped someone over. That created a good one goal. But then we conceded 4 against France.
It's very much like the whole feeling was, I felt at least, and I think a lot of people felt was like, wow, that fucking first part that's living. That's we're chilling. Like the fall from France is what we expected. At least we scored first and had the feeling of like, yeah, like hope.
Yeah.
And I think for a lot of Aussies, bro, I think that was like a sign of like, I think they accepted that first goal against France would maybe just be our moment at the World Cup to have fun. So anyway, we go on to the next game against Tunisia. Harry Souttar, fucking clinic, man.
He earned a Premier League transfer from that game. Just
Yeah.
that single game got him that move to Leicester City.
And we won
1-0.
1-0. Oh, Mitch Duke header.
Off a deflected cross. It was a top header. Just
Yeah,
bang. I remember I was at the
glanced it.
Star Casino that night. Limbs.
Yeah, I was at Watson's Bay with I was at my mate's house with another mate, and we were there, bro. We were like crying,
Bro,
crying.
it was hysterical.
At the end of the game, like we just and that Harry Souttar tackle, we were like we
That
reacted
felt
more to
like,
that
yeah,
than the goal.
that felt like a goal.
You just thought like
Because when
he's in.
it bounced off Kai Rous's head and it bobbled down, and then Harry Souttar's leg just lunged.
Yeah.
Lunged. Oh, got around, bro.
yeah.
Oh, take me back. I love those times, man.
And then, so we go into the final game, and I'm sure people would remember this, but we have Denmark. And at this point, you're kind of like backing yourself, as well.
Yeah.
Like and Stav's popping off as well.
Yeah, I was actually convinced we were going to get a draw. Like, I'll be real with you about the whole blonde thing Australia making out of the group. Did I genuinely believe it? Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not. If I'm being honest, I know a mate that
We had no reason to believe it, bro. We hardly
Nah,
got there.
No, I had faith in the sense that the reason why I did it was I was like, first, if I had to go blonde, I didn't really care. Second reason was if I could do anything to boost football in Australia, just a little more eyes on it, because a lot of my followers were UK. If I could just get more eyes on Australian football and get people talking.
Yeah.
Because if I get 30 people talking more about the Socceroos game and go, oh, let's see if Nick Stav has to go blonde, then I'm doing justice for football in Australia.
Yeah.
Well, I genuinely think we were going to make it out of the group from the start? Probably not. Once it got to the Denmark game, I was convinced we were going to at least get a draw in that game. They sold me on that.
Yeah. So simultaneously, whilst this is going on, in the first game, Denmark, Tunisia have a 0-0 draw, which sends mixed signals because we're like, either Tunisia are really fucking good, Denmark are shooting blanks, a bit of both. Then we beat Tunisia, France get rid of Denmark. So essentially, Denmark are like almost gone.
Yeah.
They're on 1 point.
But if they win, they go through though.
Yeah, so they're like basically aiming for our fucking head, which we didn't think would happen at this point in the competition. We thought they get rid of Tunisia, draw against France, they're chilling.
Yeah.
We're
and,
most probably...
And people dead set thought Denmark could take France as well.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if you look at that game against France, I think it took a goal in the 80-something minute to separate that game. And Kylian Mbappe, brilliance, I think they won 2-1 against Denmark. So, like, it was mixed signals, you're right.
And then we get to the third game, and it's fucking 3 or 4 a.m. No, it was 2 a.m. maybe.
It was 2 a.m. Yeah, it was 2 a.m.
And it's and it was 2 a.m. because no one in the schedulers would have had no clue Australia had a chance. Like they would have put it at 2 a.m. thinking Australia probably out. Let's not worry about them watching it in their country. Sydney's packed out. Melbourne Square's packed out. And like the whole country's packed out. But on TikTok, there's one person you're listening to. It's this man in front of me. Bro, you were massive at the time.
Yeah.
I remember like going on my phone and it would genuinely be, let's see what Stav uploaded today about the
World Cup?
Yeah, like when the game day was on, it was all about, I remember that, shout out Kat. I met her at the charity match. She put up, when we lost to France, you were eating the fucking croissant or something. Yeah.
Like, fuck the French, bro. I'll eat their food. I dead set turned to her and I saw the croissant there. I was like, video me eating the croissant. It will pop. I told her. And long bowl, it popped.
Did well. But yeah, so we get to the Denmark game. It's 2 a.m. I remember, bro, we were at my mate's house and we were trying to watch it in his garage, but the TV was too small and shit. So we had to move into his living room and like block off the door so we won't make a sound. Yeah. And it's like, because up in the mountains, nothing opens for fucking that shit. Only Panthers down here does. And we all had work that day anyway. And so we're watching it. Time goes by. Denmark, yeah, okay, whatever. Like they're kind of doing it, but they're kind of not. Like I thought it'd be more aggressive.
Yeah.
And then what minute do you reckon it was?
When Lecky scored?
What was it, 50?
59th.
50, bro, crazy. I was going to say 57th. In the 57th minute, Australia break away with Matthew Leckie, who was once one of the fastest footballers in the world. Not as fast anymore.
No.
dribbles, in, out, hits it left foot, and it just worm burns straight past Schmeichel.
It was just one of those. It's like
Time froze, bro.
yeah. Time did freeze. I think mainly because Riley McGree ball, and then I think it's just one of those moments was destined. Like he went inside, he cut in, then cut back out. Weak foot went through the defender's legs, and then just trickled into the corner. Like I just And the funny thing was that Tunisia then went 1-0 up against France.
So simultaneously as well, we're fucking bricking it because we're watching the other game. I'm pretty sure Tunisia at that time are on the same points as us.
Yeah, but they scored just before we scored. So the thing was that if Tunisia drew that game and we drew, we got through. But the way it works
we're bricking it if we concede.
Yeah, no. If Tunisia beat France and we drew, we don't go through. That was the way it worked. So it was like, crazy. And then they went up, and then we're like, bro, for fuck's sake. And then because you're looking at that screen of the casino, like, for fuck's sake, turns that screen, Riley McGree, ball in behind, bang, 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 slots it in, like, bro, limbs.
Yeah.
Limbs at the casino, bro. I was drenched. And the funny thing was, game, like, delirium, it finished. Like, it was absolutely unreal. And that game was at 2 a.m. So then I recorded my shows at beIN at the studio. Did I have to be there? I think I had to be there 5:30 in the morning, ready to record about 6. And so the game, I was up all night, couldn't go to sleep, went to go watch the casino at 2, finished up at 4. By the time I was like, there's no way I'm going to go home and get back. So then drove straight back to the studio, got there like 4:45, had about 40 minutes of sleep, woke up, did my beIN show. Then that day was the day I appeared on SBS. So then I was running on 45 minutes sleep or something. And I did that beIN show, then I did the SBS show. I think I necked like a Barocca before the beIN show. Got off the beIN show, necked another Barocca before I went on the SBS show. And then history. So that day, I'll never forget that day.
Bro, you're on TV.
Yeah.
Like, and I was watching it, and I obviously knew who you were. And I was watching it going, look at this fucking kid go, bro. Like,
crazy.
Who would have picked, honestly, bro, like when I first came across you, it was tier list and FIFA videos. It's like, who would have picked this kid to be the one talking for the youth of Australian football today, you know?
It's crazy.
Good on you, bro. It's such a sick moment.
It's nuts. It is nuts. I do forget it sometimes. Like, you kind of get caught up in it. The way I look at it, I was like, bro, if I told myself 3 months ago I'd be doing what I'm doing, I'm like, bro, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes. And then you do kind of get desensitized to it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's absolutely unreal. And then, like, shout out to Claudes and all that, because the guys that I won yesterday, because they give me big opportunities. So shout out to them. If it wasn't for them, then I wouldn't have got that shot. But you know, I did also like work for it as well. I think some people go, oh, bro, why'd you give this guy a platform? I'm like, bro, you don't force all those people to click follow on my account, bro. They follow it because they obviously like what I do. Thankfully, they like what I do. So like, do you know what I mean? I think it is just jealousy at the end of the day. But yeah, living the dream though.
Yeah, bro. And then, fuck, where were you for the round of 16?
Round of 16, so the issue was with that is that for the 6 a.m. games, I was employed by beIN to record them during the game.
Yeah.
So we would record them during the games, and then by the time they'd all got out, like it was just after the World Cup games go on, the 6 a.m. games. Unfortunately, Australia were playing Argentina at the 6 a.m. game. But beIN then said to us, okay, obviously you have to watch that game. So then they pushed that a bit further. So we went to Tumbalong Park.
Yeah.
Me, Kat Sasso, Olin Tekers, and a few other guys in the crew there went to go watch it there. But we had to leave at half time to get back in the studio to then record straight after the game, full-time whistle. So we left at 1-0 down. Lionel Messi scored. Then we get back to the office, watched when Matt Ryan did that blunder. But then Craig Goodwin scored that goal. So there was actually limbs there in Tumbalong Park, if I remember right. And then in Fed Square. But at the end of that game, we actually could have taken it. Yeah. We actually could have been the eventual World Cup winners. Aziz Beige could have scored one of the best goals in World Cup history.
Nuts, bro. And then he went back to Hearts.
Crazy.
Nuts. But yeah, so I remember watching that, and I was staying at my mate's house in Watson's Bay again. And it was very much like there was me and 2 of my mates. And we're watching it, and Argentina doing the job. Matt Ryan has a blunder. All of us go straight away, fuck it. He's got that. That's fine. He's earned a fuck up.
I agree with you, because he was absolutely immense against Denmark and Tunisia.
Yeah, and plus like up in the mountains, so he's from like a low socioeconomic area, Matty. So a lot of his family lives up in the mountains. So in the off season, there's every chance you see him in the main street. I've seen him there before. So yeah, like he as soon as that happened, we're like, fuck it, whatever. And then I remember Craig Goodwin scored, and I go, fuck, Like it's on.
It could be, yeah.
And then who scored for them? Was it?
What are you talking about? So, no, it was 2-1. It was 2-1.
Yeah, no. Who was the fucking first? Who were the goal scorers?
Oh, Messi scored the first one, and the second one was Julian Alvarez.
Yes. Yeah, the Julian Alvarez one goes in. And it's like, all right, we're chill. It's all good. 2-1. Right? Like this, we're in it.
Yeah.
Like for all fucking money, despite what we've done so far.
See, I looked at it in a sense, I was like, yeah, that's what I looked at. I was like, we shouldn't be in it. But then the game just kind of turned.
Yeah. And we started to move the ball up a bit and we started to gain a bit of field position. That's underrated in football, bro. People don't notice that. As soon as your centre backs can start moving up 10, 5 meters 100%. Every time, that's when your team's actually switching the
momentum. Yeah,
the momentum of the game. And we start moving it up, and all of a sudden, Aziz Beige picks up the ball on halfway. And bro, I remember I'm on the floor at this point, like on on one knee, and then the other one like a fucking non, just sitting there going. And bro, like all the boys are sitting behind me. I go, and then bro, he just keeps going, and like we'll start to lose it. We're going, no fucking way, and we just started screaming, and then the Sergio Martinez, bro, one of the best blocks I've ever seen.
Oh, bro, unbelievable! And then even Emi Martinez's save on that Goran Qual.
Yeah. Oh. Bro, you know what broke my heart is I feel like with football, all my years of watching Fiorentina at fucking 2 a.m., I'm able to, if I'm watching a game live, I can tell you like there's a goal in this. I can read a game for the most part and go, there's an opportunity coming. I can't even tell you which team, but the game's too open. Yeah. I said to the boys, Ollie and Luke, if they're listening, they'll vouch for it. I said to them, opportunities here for us. I don't know who it comes. I don't know who the fuck it falls to, whether it's Goodwin again on the edge of the box, whether it's Grand Qual, whether it's a header. I don't know what's going to happen, but something will fall for us. Bro, when that ball dropped, it just spun the wrong way. Yeah. If it spun into him...
He nails it. It was very hard for him. He had to turn his body.
Yeah.
And like Emi Martinez does absolutely brilliant to close down that angle. Saves it. I think it was his arm, like the back of it, and it just spun back. Oh, it was just... Bro, imagine we did knock out Argentina, bro. Bro, we made the quarters, and who they have Netherlands, wasn't it?
Yeah, they had
you don't know what can happen.
Yeah.
And I think we were just running off passion and pride at that rate. It just was. And like, good on them, bro, because they did me so proud. They did me so because I don't know, do you have 2000, you remember 2006?
Yeah. So I'm born in 2000. So I remember life then. I don't remember the games, obviously. But I remember my dad and my Zio just being like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Like this. But back in, 2006, my dad went to the World Cup, like this one.
Yeah.
With my brother. My brother's a few years older than me. But like dad said, like 2006 was not expected, but it was.
Because they were the golden generation.
Yeah, the caliber of players, like they were all in top 5 leagues, most part. All playing for big clubs like, I think Wiltshire was at like Dynamo Moscow or something like that at the time. With us, bro, like, fuck. Like, we were preying on our centre-back who was the best player at the fucking tournament to get a Premier League move. That was standard back then.
It was Stoke City, bro.
Yeah.
It was Stoke City. Wow. How many players? I think we had one player in top 5 leagues. Aiden Hustich, and he was injured.
Yeah, and we had fucking half the Scottish league there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Crazy, bro. We overachieved for what we had. Like, don't get me wrong, the people saying that I was a dumb for thing to show to get out of the group on paper, they're probably right. They were right. But you know what? Hey, who was right in the end, bro? Who never got blonde hair? Nick Stav. That's what I thought.
You gotta believe, bro.
Exactly, bro. That's what I'm trying to say, bro. I was sick of this whole thing of like, I was sick of kids walking around the streets in a Man United shirt, an Arsenal shirt, a Chelsea shirt, and they, I love football. And then when it comes straight, oh no, show this shit. Bruv, we get behind the side at least, and look what happened. Look how many people care about the sport in the end. Look at Fed Square. Was it 2 a.m. and you're getting proper limbs, flares, everything, bro.
Nowhere in the world was like that.
There's not a sport in Australia that would have got the traction it did, like it did, which is crazy.
Showed out like that, bro.
Exactly.
The US had nothing like that.
No.
Morocco had fucking nothing like that, despite
at the World Cup they were good. To be fair.
No. Like, but I'm saying when
like
the
you never saw,
came out of Moroccan streets, they weren't like that.
No,
they weren't like, bro. Ours looked like a fucking like a tsunami of people.
Yeah,
it was nuts.
Which it was.
It was nuts. And yeah, you were like, it must have been crazy for you, bro. Because like, even if you went to go get breakfast as much in the city, you would have been spotted, eh?
It depends on the demographic where you go. Like, I remember the first day. Yeah. I remember the first time where I was like, shit, this is kind of serious. Was first Sydney derby of the year this year. I went into the Sydney Cove.
Yeah.
And I walked in and...
Fuck the Cove while I'm at it.
And there was kids just like sticking out their heads like, oh my God, 6-7.
Hearing your name.
And they're coming around. Then half time, my mates were there. like fucking professional photographers at the time. Poor kids had to take pictures. They're like, can I get a photo? Like, yeah, easy photo. But I love it though.
Yeah.
I love it because like I'm that kid where if I saw like those YouTubers I grew up with, bro, I would jump on it, bro. Spencer FC is like my idol, bro. If I saw him, bro, I'd be jumping on him and telling him a sob story. Because the thing is, I think sometimes bro, I don't even know why kids want to take photos to me sometimes. I'm just like that kid on TikTok.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I just take videos out of my room, bro. Do you know what I mean? But I love it though. I do love it.
Yeah.
And like if I didn't like it, I wouldn't be doing it. It's exactly why I love football, bro. I've grown up in it. That's what I do. But yeah, no, Australia in the World Cup, they gave me a memory because a lot of people do have 06 where I didn't have that. I never had something like that.
Yeah.
Where people forget this might not happen for another 4 years. Sorry, another 4 World Cups.
Yeah.
Like I'm being dead set. Like it's something I'll tell my kids. I was there that World Cup, bro. I was on TV that World Cup.
Yeah.
Look at this episode. Put out this episode on SBS. Put out all these episodes on being like. That's why I loved it. And that's why sometimes you got to pinch yourself. But it was great times.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah.
You did well, eh? Before all this shit, let's wind it back in Nick's Stav, bro.
Yeah.
Before all this shit, what were you doing? Like, what was the plan?
In what's so like just
Just
post-school?
life.
So before 2021.
Yeah.
So at school, I was a decent kid. So my mum's a teacher.
Yeah.
So she's like always put me in my methods, like
Yeah.
study, even since I was a kid. So I studied hard at school and I came out with like a decent score to then go into uni. I still do uni. Like if people watch it, I'm still at uni. I juggle everything with uni and everything. Like
Good shit, bro.
yeah, like I struggle for time and that's why. So I'm currently doing a business and economics degree, and like just say this content side goes tits up. It might. I've got that there to help me out. Do you know what I mean?
You'll get noticed in like 15 years.
Yeah.
Fuck, I swear you that cannot.
Bro, I remember, bro. But that was the plan for Nick Stav. And I was just a kid playing soccer, loved it. Would go home, play FIFA, put on the FIFA YouTubers, watch the FIFA YouTubers, and get up and watch Arsenal. I'm just every other football fan in Australia. That's all I am, and that's why sometimes I look at my mates. I'm like, they could be doing what I'm doing, but they just haven't chosen that path. I guess sometimes.
Just didn't upload that video.
Yeah, exactly, bro. If it wasn't for lockdown, I would not be doing what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
I think some kids, and I do kind of recommend it at times, like kids don't start when that at school. I get it because, bro, if I was throwing my face out like there and I was getting like shit views or anything, can you imagine the kids at your class? But they'll give you shit.
Yeah.
If you have thick skin, you can do it. And I think it got to the stage where even my mate was like to me, goes, bro, like one of my close mates like to me, it's like, bro, I'll be real with you, bro. This is all a fucking joke. Like not long ago. Now like people will fucking walk on the show, go, Nick Stav, that's Nick Stav, fuck this Nick Stav. And goes, bro, I can't fucking believe it. We used to take the piss out of you, now you're fucking proper. And like, which is crazy. That's why sometimes TikTok, if you haven't tried that platform, you have to.
You got to,
Because what I say about it is that YouTube, video comes up, you have to click to watch it. Where TikTok, if your video is good, TikTok makes people watch your videos.
Yeah.
It's on the algorithm. So if your videos are good, they'll put it out there. So if you're ever looking to go big on social media, TikTok's your first port of call.
Yeah.
And I think that's an issue I have, where I should branch out into Instagram. I should branch out into those other ones, which I haven't done yet. I've had a first decent crack at YouTube. But TikTok, if you haven't got on it, you have to, because exposure-wise, it's brilliant.
I agree, bro. You'd see with Sporting Club Helos, it's not really about Sunday League. That wasn't the point.
Yeah.
But I just did that for fun.
Yeah.
And bro, one of the boys,
And it gets traction, bro.
bro, one guy from uni was like, I swear I just seen you on TikTok. I was like, screen record your screen, go back, see if it was me. And he goes back, and then he sees me, and then the next clip is me again doing the full-time review. Like, so the first one he sees
with the
and then he
we got the bees.
But the one that went big was one against Warrington, Croatia, which is none of them, like, Warrington's from around here.
Okay, yeah.
Normally Warrington's like not like a how would you word Warrington? You stay out of Warrington if you're not from Warrington.
Okay.
Right? So it's not really a Croatian community, but the Croats set up there a long time ago. So a lot of the boys who get cut at Sydney, Croatia,
Go
there. But they didn't have a Prems team. So we're in our comp, you have Prems, reserves, all age twos, which we're
Okay, yeah.
So anyway, we're versing them, and they're all fucking, bro. Some of them played NPL. I'm going, what the fuck? Why am I versing them? So that TikTok, bro, I'm like, pre-game, like, yeah, we're down on numbers. Look, we look fucked. The pitch looks fucked. We're in for some trouble. Game finishes, got a beer in my hand. I say, look, I won't reveal who won or lost. The score was 6-0, but congrats to Warrington, Croatia. And bro, some guy commented, and people messaging me, bro, like, oh, so you lost. I go, what do you mean? Of course I fucking lost.
Yeah. Bro, you get some dumb comments, bro. You get some really dumb comments. Like, I was outside the Emirates and people were commenting, "Are you in London?" I'm like, bro, come on, man.
It's Lego.
What, bro? What budget do you think I'm on, bro? You think I can CGI myself there?
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Like, crazy.
But yeah, so what the plan was to go into business. Like there was never.
There was never a lick of content
Yeah.
in it at all. And even my parents didn't understand the severity of it. When I told my parents I was going on like being sports, my mum had like, we were just like, oh, you're just podcasting for the World Cup or something. And then she's like, and then she realized I was actually on TV. And she's like, wait, what? Like, she didn't know that I was on
Yeah,
TV. She
yeah.
can't, because they're very old school in that sense. Where now it's funny, my dad, like, he wouldn't be able to flick through a phone, and now he's got TikTok because just to see my videos, and he loves it now. He's watching like Mahmoud Ishmael's video. He goes, "Oh, I love this guy. He's funny, mate. Bloody potholes. I love it. I love it. Nicky, look at this one. He's going through it. He loves it. He's got like an alias account, and sometimes you'll respond to some of my comments in the comment section and give a bit of a go back. He's funny, man. He loves it. He loves it. I love him for it. And the funny, because he came with me to watch Arsenal at the Emirates because Optus told me that they could give me a ticket to the game. So the way it worked was that I was... Do you want to get into that story about me going? So yeah, I was sent out by Optus Sport and La Liga to cover...
Cadiz.
Cadiz, that's how you're supposed to say it, Cadiz. Danny Perillo hates me for saying it like that. Cadiz.
It's how you say it, Cadiz.
It is. But like, I don't want to act like I'm one of those guys. I just want to be like, I'm Australian. I don't want to be like I'm one of those, don't talk to me, I know how to talk Spanish, baby. You know what I mean? I'm one of those guys.
Shits me. So I'm a Fiorentina supporter.
Yeah.
By the way, I got to ask, anyone on your crew a Fiorentina supporter? At the
no,
company?
I don't think so.
I always see like a Fiorentina kit.
Yeah. I've got a Fiorentina kit. You saw me in it.
Yeah.
Because that's a top kit, that one.
Yeah, so Fiorentina, like, that's where the family's from, Florence, right? But like Aussies, when I was growing up, they go Florentina.
Florentina.
Bro, so when I was hearing that as a kid, I was going, fuck this.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, if I hear a football club's name, it's Cadiz.
Okay, no, good on you for that.
So I like, at least, bro, because you never know who you're going to bump into. So there's not really a big Spanish community down here. But if I bumped into a Spaniard and for whatever God-given reason they're a Cadiz fan, at least I say it properly to them.
Yeah, and they respect it.
Yeah.
They do. I know a guy through TikTok and he made a video about the Moroccans and he nailed all their names and they love who's getting just for nailing all their names.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's like the Bruno Fernandes.
Oh, Bruno Fernandes, Nunes, Painha, Rubendish,
Wonder Kid.
Yeah.
That's his name.
He blew up because of that.
TikTok. So anyway, you get flown over to Cadiz.
Yes. So I got like
Madrid.
a call a couple of weeks before that, like, hey, it's Optus Sport. I was like, bro, 100%, bite my arm off to go 100%. And then the way it works is they were going to book my flights from Sydney to Madrid, and then like the way you get there, and then Madrid back to Sydney. And then I was like to the guy doing the deal for me, I was like, can you just tell them to change the flight from Madrid to Sydney, but just do it from London to Sydney, and do it a week later. And because I know Arsenal playing the Emirates, I've never watched Arsenal play at the Emirates. Like, it's been my dream. I've seen that they're playing Southampton at home. Please, can you try and do it? Go back to me and goes, hey, they've done it. And I was like, that's fine. I'll do everything with London. I'll book everything myself. It's fine. So that's the way I did it. And it was just crazy, bro. Like, I'm sitting on the sideline of the game, bro. Ballon d'Or winner Karim Benzema's here. Federico Valverde. Eder Militao. Like, they're all just walking past. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable experience that was.
Yeah. Bro, what a crazy... Like, that team... Real Madrid, bro.
They're tops, bro. I wasn't a big Benzema guy. But once you watch these guys... watch them in real life... But that's the thing. That's the way I look at it. I think he's a don. His touch is unreal, man.
Yeah.
He's just bang. Gets it, bang, one touch, bang, straight, like, through, like, he's just unbelievable. And the crazy that I was just thinking, I was like, bro, France didn't even have these players in the World Cup, and they made it all the way to the penalty shootout, the World Cup final. Just shows how stacked these guys are. They'll be demons for the next World Cup as well.
Crazy, bro.
But yeah, it was crazy. Like, the Cadiz fans as well, bro. They're mental as well, bro.
Yeah.
One thing I loved about
Sucks
that.
Mobile didn't work out there, eh?
Yeah, but the way I feel for him because it's hard. Because I heard, because I was talking to
they were in shambles at the start of the year.
Yeah, and I was talking to the guys from Cadiz there. I was like, to be honest, he was a top guy. The Cadiz fans loved him. Apparently they loved apparently they would mess, because I was talking to the social media guy that runs the social media page. Like, they said they'd get flooded messages, like getting more content with him because they loved his whole refugee story coming to Australia, how hard that was, and they loved that. Apparently, Mobile just wanted first team football, and fair enough, because I was explaining to him, like, Mobile in our qualifiers was starting in all the games.
Yeah.
It was unfortunate that he wasn't getting minutes that then come World Cup time. he kind of got phased out of that starting 11. And I think that was unfortunate for him because that always happens to a lot of footballers. If you're not playing a lot of minutes or you're out of just that slight bit out of form before a World Cup, it can hit you. And that was unfortunate for him. But think of this, what I say about Spain and England, I noticed the difference about football. They both love football. Don't get me wrong, they're both fanatics. The Spanish love their football because they love their football. And they represent the whole town. So the game day, the city stops. Everyone's wearing yellow jerseys, look at this. Where in England, it was like, it's kind of like, they love the sport, but it's like, love the club, believe the badge, represent your club in England. Oh, you're a Man United fan, stay clear. That's the way I kind of got it, where the Spanish, they love their football, where England's like, rep the club. That's the way I kind of got it. It's a different type. They both love it, but it's just different cultures, and that's what you see. It's crazy, bro. These guys can take a 2-hour flight from London to Spain, bro. Yeah. A 1-hour train to London to Paris, bro. Like, come on, bro. And we take a 1-hour train from here to Dubbo. Like, that's just how it is,
bro,
man.
1 hour is from here to Dubbo.
I don't know. Is it? Probably is.
It's like
it
6.
Probably is. Is it? There you go.
How long do you reckon it took me to get home from the charity match?
Oh, no, I don't want to ask. How long?
Almost an hour and a half.
With drive?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez, that's actually not that. I think it would take me like 40 minutes. Yeah, but...
Yeah, but that's because of your traffic.
Yeah.
Mine's genuinely like, I'm on the M4.
On the motorway, yeah. Jeez, man. That's commitment, bro. How did you get into that? Did you reach out to the Sport Shed guys?
No, they reached out to me to play. And then my knee's fucked, bro. It's a miracle I'm even playing Sunday League.
Legit? What position are you? Soccer.
I'll go midfield, but...
Yeah, what are you?
I struggle, bro.
CDM?
Nah, centre mid. Like, push up.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm coach, bro.
Box to box role, eh? Jude Bellingham.
Somewhat, bro. I can get up for the counter attacks, and then sometimes I'll get pissed off and I'll drop into like next to the centre backs and say, "Give me the fucking ball. We need to actually make a pass." Because bro, the way we play is 3 at the back, DM.
You play 3 back in Sunday League.
I'm so
no way your wing backs fly.
Bro, I'm so stubborn on it. You have no idea.
Jeez.
I tell them this isn't about football. This is about identity and just life. Like, let's try something different. You know?
Okay, yeah, no, good point.
So we go 6. We have a 6. His name's Oscar. Yeah. He just tags
best player.
Somewhat. In terms of, like, on the ball, yes. Like, tight spaces, yes. But he can just tag the striker out of the game. So that opens up my centre-back. Yeah, it opens up my main centre-back in the middle. Then we have 2 wing-backs, 2 centre-mids, which push up a bit, and then we've got 2 strikers. Yeah. I'm in the centre-mid, and we kind of push up, but I don't know. It's very much, the fields are short as well. They're not like... They're not like long pitches like in actual football. So you can push up, but you can drop back in like that. It's not really... Yeah. But more often than not, I'll go in the centre back because we try and pass the ball around.
Yeah, you're the Rodri, baby.
Yes, I'll just go back, pick up the ball, especially on a goal kick. I'll get the shits if we just keep bombing it up. Yeah. I'll my goalkeeper put the ball down and I'll fucking take it off him and just go and just pass it around the back.
No, that's good.
Draw them in, put it over through to Oscar. If Oscar can turn, good. If not,
Oscar, you get out, beat your man 1v1 and spray that ball wide.
Bro, some of the tackles that guys put in this year are fucked. Like, I put in some bad ones because I'm just overweight and clunky. Yeah. But like he's skinny, he's tall, he's fast, and he still goes in 2 foot like knees.
Hard, eh? I gotta say in football when I play, but I don't know about you, the best player on the team is always the number 6. I don't know. Growing up, I grew up with this kid, redhead kid. Absolutely small. He would probably be just a little bit higher than my height, a bit more bro. He looks as skinny as me, bro. Barge people off the ball every single time.
Oscar's like
They're always the most consistent player on the side as well. They know when to beat their man. They know when to play the pass. Like, just growing up, number 6 has always been the best player in the field for me. That's why I asked you, is your boy Oscar the best player?
We've got this other guy called Talus, who's like, we call him the fucking...
Is he a talisman as well up top?
Yeah, bro.
There you go.
Bro, but he's like a deer. Bro, he just runs, but he's so skinny, but holy fuck, he's rapid. Like, he can start 10 meters behind a guy and get him.
Okay.
Easily. Like,
you need that. In Sunday League, you need
with the ball, bro, with the ball at his feet. Like, say if he had to dribble at someone and he just wants to poke it around them, it's done. It's before you can even tell him what to do. It's done. He's gone. And whenever he gets the ball, he's going, Dallas, go, Dallas.
Go, Dallas. Get him on, Dallas. Go on, Dallas.
And the whole team just gets behind him. Bro, most of our goals just come from Talus just tapping it around the centre back.
Exactly.
But
you need that. You need pace, bro. I remember when we was playing park football, and I think it was under 13s. Remember we had this Indian kid up top, quick as shit, bro. Every single time he'd win, it was because of him, bro. I just play balls into him. And then we used to verse the team. San Suzy, actually. That's the team we used to verse. If there's ever gets out to him, clip it up. But he's a big kid. like a fucking bowling ball this kid was. And you don't even think this big, fat centre back. The guy was quick as fuck. They used to call him the Flash. The big Flash. So we used to verse San Susie, and San Susie were like second, third, but because they had this one guy, we couldn't beat them because our outlet was our pace with the guy up top. But this Flash guy he'd nullify us every time, so we could never beat San Susie. That was crazy. You know when you think like streets don't forget players growing up, you have those weird plays. Think about it. I always think about that kid, the Flash. Massive unit, bro. He was a unit. And then I remember school football, the streets don't forget players. You had keeper on roids, we used to call him. He was this fucking jacked guy. Under 14s, bro. Under 14s. And look at me now, let alone me back then. I was skin and bone. And this kid was jacked up. I remember thinking, we're fucked. We are fucked, bro. And then we ended up beating him in the final, remember? I do remember that. But it's just, you have those kids you verse that you remember.
Bro, we used to verse, it's funny because they're all 18 now. We were in year 12, so the school I went to was private property on like big land up in the mountains. And there's like a squash court down the bottom that was 2 basketball courts. So it was like this big caged area. And the year 7s, what we did, we're year 12 at this stage, right? Going to our HSC. We'd get the cage. So the cage had like this big open entrance, but it had no doors on it. So we're like, fuck it.
And squash is all like caged.
Yeah. So they were squash courts, but now they're just basketball courts.
Okay, yeah.
But we just call them squash courts because that's what they were when we were there in year 7. So anyway, there's just 2 basketball courts open with a big steel fence around it. Yeah. And there was an opening. And we were like, fuck it, let's get the year 7s in. And then the year 7s would get in and they'd all put their bags along like the fence. So we're like, no, fuck these. We'd put all their bags at the entrance so they couldn't get out, and we'd verse them in football. And there's clips of me, bro, I shit you not, from where you are, the ball would come down for a volley for me and I'd hit my foot straight through the thing. The fence would rattle and the kids going, Bro, some of them are like 18 now. I see them out and about.
I still remember we used to do Wogs versus Aussies. Wogs versus Aussies. I still remember in year 6, bro. So we're like 12, 11 years old, bro. And I just remember there was this one kid. And he was like half Italian, but his last name was Aussie. Yeah. And I still remember he walks over to the Wog side, and the kids just gave you, where the fuck are you going, mate? Fuck off back to the Aussies, mate. And he goes back in tears, goes back to the teacher. Teachers come out. What's his Wogs versus Aussie game? Cancelled. Done. Kid has a target on his back for the rest of his schooling career, bro, because of that. Oh, bro, they were tough, man.
Bro, can't do that up in the mountains, bro. It'd be like 4 of us versus fucking 50 of them.
Yeah, it is. I remember growing up at school was a lot of Italians, Lebos. That's how it was, actually. Yeah. Italians, Lebos, and then you had Aussies, really. The school I went to wasn't a fair amount of Greeks, to be fair. I was kind of the only one. But yeah, we did have a big world community there.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I wish we did, bro. Would have made football a lot funner. There was 4 of us, and we were always on the same team. It's like a chemistry.
And you always, you clicked together, yeah? That was your group?
Because you bond over... Well, one of them's Maltese, but we just kind of...
Yeah, but that's the way it is at school. I remember you had the Lebos, you had the Aussies.
Yeah. You
had the Italian, you had the Mafia. We used to call the Lebos, then you had the Mafia. They literally used to call them the Mafia. And then you had the Aussies, and that's how it was. But I remember the schoolyard was like ever... So the Lebos, Aussies, our group, like the Wogs, the Mafia, they all kind of got with each other. Yeah. But like they kind of were in their own sections. Yeah. But then at lunch, you'd kind of break off and talk. And then like it split down the middle. And then the other side was everyone else. And everyone had the spokespeople on our side and everyone had the spokespeople on their side. And I'm sorry I'm going on a tangent. It's not football talk, but it's funny. And it came to like school captainship. And like... You knew everyone from their side was going to vote their guy. And then everyone from our side was going to vote our guy. So then it was like, what's it going to come to? Like, flip of the coin. Who's getting the captaincy? And the guy on their side got it. And we were just like, robbed. Like, this is BS. It was nuts. It was nuts. But I miss the school days, bro. Because I graduated in 2020. So I graduated in...
Nuts.
Yeah, I graduated in lockdown.
Yeah.
Lockdown stuff. So that was crazy. So I missed out soccer club level that year. School wise, we got like
18th, bro. You missed out on 18th, didn't you?
Missed out on 18th, bro.
Yeah.
So we only at like my 18th had like 7 or 10 of my mates. That would have been it. Just because like that's all you could have. Mac probably couldn't even have 10 people. We did it, but that was crazy. We did miss out on that, but I'm not complaining now.
You're living life.
I got the 21st this year. Because you got the 21st this Saturday. So
yeah, I listened to your podcast.
Oh yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's crazy. All the younger boys in my team are born 2002.
Okay, oh yeah, so that's my year.
Yeah, and they were all like going through, and 18s were like peak for me. Like that was my best party year by far. And they just never got that like whole experience, bro. Sucks, eh?
It's tough, but yeah, hopefully the 21st can blow it out of the water.
You're a big party guy?
I can't you'll catch me like I get recognized a lot on night outs. Like you'll catch me out on a night out, but I'm not one of those guys that gets mass like blinded. Yeah. Only a couple of times. Maybe if you see me at Cheese Bar a couple of times. You ever been Cheese Bar?
Nah, bro.
If you're ever down in the city and you want to watch a football game, message me and I'll take you to Cheese Bar because that's unreal, bro. I was there for the Arsenal-Liverpool game. It's just packed out, bro. I'll show you a video after we finish. Yeah. And I don't know, do you remember the Aston Villa game this year? Arsenal versus Aston Villa? Yeah,
bro. What a cracker.
Bro, we got there after the Coogee Pav. So after the Coogee Pav, it was a few Long Islands deep. So Nick Stav's a bit wavy up there. So I'm a bit sauced. And and I'm down and we were losing 2-1 Arsenal. And then we went 2-2, 3-2, 4-2. So at 2-2, I've equalised going, I'm like, and we're on the top balcony, like, bang. Then I've hit his beer up over the balcony, gone down. I'm like, oh, we're fucked here, we're fucked. Security comes over. He comes over to me, he's like, oh, we're fucked here, lads. And he goes, buy a mate a beer. I'm like, yeah, we're still on. So it's still in here. And then 3-2, Jorginho scores at the end. It's limbs, we're all going off. There's Arsenal fans downstairs, Arsenal fans upstairs. And then I think I said this, but they all hauled us downstairs and we're all together. And then that's when Emi Martinez went up and then Martinez scored in the open net. So we're watching him go and I've got a video of it and it's just limbs. Everyone's grabbing on each other. It's just, winning the league. Yeah, it's just, we're winning the league. That's what I thought. That's what I thought at the time. But it's just unreal. It's such a good location because that's the one where it's like, it feels like English football culture in Australia. Like if you want to go somewhere for English football culture, go there, bro. It's unreal. I have to take you there, but top place.
Yeah, how come, bro? I'd love to. Honestly, I watch everything in my room on this fucking thing.
It's great, bro.
There's
I know.
nothing up there.
Yeah, that's a shame. It's honestly a shame.
But I kind of like it as well because there's so many people that comment on like the Premier League and they don't watch it.
Oh, bro, it's so nice,
you can tell. You let people talk.
You know the Manchester derby this year? Do you remember it when Rashford, that offside goal?
I was watching it on a call with my mate. The two guys, like United scored 2, don't they?
Yeah. And then Rashford kind of interferes and lets it go. And I'm there and they give it. I'm like, I was watching it live and they're at Cheese Bar and I was like, there's no way. And the guy behind me goes, what, are you serious, mate? I was like, yeah, bro. He goes, what do you mean he didn't touch the ball? I was like, bro, I'm going to entertain the conversation with you, bro, because you got no clue. Sometimes at Cheese Bar it can be annoying because you do get people off their like glass. I think I actually mentioned it on the Born Offside podcast. How about those guys that they do, bro, and they try and they look for fights, bro. Like one of them was just trying to give me shit, and I just because I was dead sober as well. I was telling my man, I was like, don't buy it. They ended up getting kicked out at half time because they tried to get into a fight with upstairs and got into a fight downstairs. So anyway, but it's I love it. I love that culture of just like everyone getting amongst something. It's just sick, bro. Who knows, bro? Man City starts slipping, end of the season, bro. Cheese Bar's packed out of Arsenal fans. Let's go.
I wasn't going to address it, bro, but the bottle job. Like, I am an Arsenal fan, you know? Like, I grew up supporting Arsenal. I think Bournemouth and Villa were warning signs and we didn't take them as fans. Yeah. Bournemouth and Villa were both warning signs.
I know you say that, but Man City have those games in a season as well. Look at Man City last year. They had Everton.
Earlier. But after United, bro, what have they done that's fucked?
Oh, not this season.
No. That's what. No. But that's what I'm saying, right? Like after United this season, City have basically been untouched. Like for what I can remember,
they drew to Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if that was before or after.
That was after United.
Yeah, maybe after. 2 weeks after.
Because then they versed. The thing was that they versed us. They versed us the first time at the Emirates. And then I was like, Arsenal bought the league. And the next week, they drew to Nottingham Forest. Yeah. So then I was like, okay, so like, we're still in this. But the thing is, Man City are just different. They're different. I don't like the word that we bottled it, because we didn't. This is the way I look at it.
Not meant to be. No, I get you, bro. I
know people go, start of the season. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm looking at it this perspective. We're talking about a Man City side, jacked side, super side. Yeah. Last season, that got pushed to the end by that insane Liverpool side. At the end of the day, could have won the Premier League at the end. They could have won a quadruple, that Liverpool side. That's how close they were. They were like 45 minutes away in both games to win that quadruple. So they got pushed by that side. So the Man City look at it and go, okay, let's go then add the hottest striker in world football, Erling Haaland, to our side, and flick Gabriel Jesus, flick Zinchenko. And then Arsenal was sitting there like, we'll take you. We'll take you. And that's all we got. Yeah. That's all we got. Man, we got William Saliba back from home, but that's all we got. And then we were the ones that brought the title race to Man City. If anything, Man City were the ones that bottled the league. When I say bottle, like, they were the one bottling the league for a while. Arsenal should have never been at the top of the league. We're playing good football, but don't get wrong, there were cracks there. That's what I'm trying to say. Like you're saying, there were cracks. We weren't supposed to be there. Man City let us be there for that long. At the end of the day, if you're signing the hottest guy in world football at the moment with that super team, I think people are underestimating that if this Man City side going ahead and win the treble, they're arguably the greatest Premier League side of all time.
Yeah.
You look at those player for player against some of those big sides, bro. Like you look at it, Kevin De Bruyne, I think he's the best midfielder in Premier League history. Bernardo Silva's that. Bro, that's what I'm trying to say, bro. You're Erling Haaland up top. Oh, I get the ball. Oh, who's going to give it to me? Oh, Foden on the right. Mahrez behind me. Oh, Bernardo's to the left of me. Oh, De Bruyne is behind me as well. Oh, Rodri. Like, come on, bro. They're living a luxury, bro. If Odegaard gets injured, who's there? Emil Smith-Rowe. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, Reece Nelson, I love him, but he's Arsenal's first backup winger. Like, that's a problem.
I kind of, I understand where you're coming from, but I enjoy the fact and I take pride in the fact that we have juniors and we have genuine, like...
I love it, though. I do love it. Like, you sign a Martinelli for $6 million, but Kai Saka comes through the youth academy. I do love it. It's just, that's why I'm trying to say, I love Arsenal like that. Sometimes I'm so proud of the guys this season. Way I look at it is, goes, the game against Man City that we lost, we didn't bottle that. Man City just 10 times better than us. We should have managed that game better, 100%. But team for team, they're better than us. But we can't be dropping points to Southampton at home. Can't be losing that West Ham game in that position it is. I think even being 2 goals up against Liverpool at Anfield, we should be doing better. What I don't like is, like, that's what I was trying to say. Robbie made a video on Arsenal Fan TV on his TikTok saying, oh, I think Arsenal can go 88 and get a result. All the comments, bro, you deluded. You deluded. Yeah. But then...
die if you don't.
Yeah, no. But then if you lose to Man City, we're bottle jobs. So what is it? What is it? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. But I'm so proud of the lads this season. I really am. Because they have given me memories, bro. Yeah. Like, I'll tell my fucking kids about that game, watching Aston Villa game. Reece Nelson's winner in Bournemouth. Do you know what I mean? The Eddie Nketiah's 90th minute against Manchester United. Like, I love the Gunners.
It's been some good football, eh?
They have, because people forget I've grown up with a shitty Arsenal side, bro. Waking up at 2 a.m. to watch Mustafi and David Luiz struggle to kick a ball to each other, bro.
Before all that, what's your earliest Arsenal memory?
Earliest Arsenal memory? Probably be around 2011, 2012 season. My first, like, good memory of an Arsenal.
You caught RVP.
Yeah, that's the game. I don't know if you remember 5-2 at Stamford Bridge. Theo Walcott. That was it. That's my first proper memory of Arsenal.
God, he was. But honestly, I was 11 at the time. I thought he was like God.
Yeah.
Theo Walcott and Ox at the time.
Yeah, bro.
Kieran Gibbs, Per Mertesacker, Koscielny.
Skinheads. They were just short haired. They were just Koscielny, bro. He was very good for a time for us. I think people forget about that.
Like, he was like. Not the same player, but he was of the same importance as Gabriel and Saliba are to us now.
Yeah.
Like, he was genuinely, like, if he was injured, we were fucked.
Yeah,
like, he was, as a centre-back, our most vital player. Same with Vermaelen.
Thomas Vermaelen, bro. That was that as well, the Belgian.
Fucked his career.
Yeah.
I wish he stayed, but...
People ask me who's my favourite player of all time. I always say Santi Cazorla.
Yeah, same, bro.
He was the first ever name I got on the back of an Arsenal jersey. Funny thing was about Santi Cazorla, I got Santi Cazorla on the back of an Arsenal jersey that the year he didn't even play. Yeah. My dad bought me like the 2010-11 kit, and we got Santi Cazorla on the back of that jersey, and he didn't even play. But he was the baller, left foot, right foot. He was small, technical. And I think, I love Ozil, but Santi Cazorla, he turned up in the big games, bro.
Yeah.
He just turned up in the big games. Ozil never kind of did that, but... Yeah, there's so many players at Arsenal I loved. And I think Arsenal always played good football, even growing up. Yeah. Although we were shit, we always tried to play good football.
We passed it into the net.
Exactly, bro. That Jack Wilshere goal against Norwich City, bro. Like, fuck me, that's unreal. Like, a lot of people, I was never an Arteta out guy, even when he was when he ended up becoming manager. I would never, because I could... People, I think, last season we were bottom of the league after 3 games. I remember people, I was like, bro, look at the side he played against Man City. Man, like Said Kolasinac, Rob Holding, Cedric, all these bums were playing, bro. He didn't have his players that he signed playing yet. Ramsdale, Ben White, they hadn't come into the system yet. That's when I was like, that's when you can properly judge Arteta. With all the money he spent, and if he's not delivering then, that's when I'll judge him. And then, bro, come on, man. Like, who would have thought he'd be in the title race now? Like, he's overachieved. I still think he should get manager this season. Yeah, still, even without delivering the league, I think he should. Because people forget, like, he's taken a side that hadn't even made Champions League yet into a title race with Man City. People forget how hard that is, bro. No club for the last 6 years has been able to break that Liverpool Man City code up top, and he's finally done it. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just so annoying because we're just there. It was so close. Oh,
You're
Man City slip,
You're
man.
die hard, bro. So how you feel about Arsenal is how I feel about Fiorentina.
Yeah.
We're having a cracky year, bro.
Yeah, where are you guys
We
sitting in the
started
table?
off fucked.
Where are
We
you sitting in the table?
were in the table. We're in 10th. Nice, sitting plump. You know,
Yeah.
like I love 10th.
Yeah.
10th's like cruise control, baby. I'm not worried about
Yeah.
anything. But in the cup, we're in the final.
Okay, against
Inter.
Inter. Okay. Oh, yeah, because Inter knocked out Juve, actually. Yeah.
I fucking hate both.
Yeah.
I hate Juve a lot, bro, because they take
Who's Fiorentina's best players right now?
Ata Cabral, Doro, Bonaventura.
Bonaventura, yeah.
Milenkovic is not in his best form, but like he just cleans up.
Overall player, yeah.
Obviously, Amrabat. I think he should have gone for 40 mil.
Oh, you've got Northern Amrabat.
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry. Sofian Amrabat. Oh,
Yeah,
bro,
yeah.
he's unbelievable. He's
I thought-
unbelievable.
Ever since the World Cup, bro, hasn't been Fiorentina's best.
Oh, he hasn't?
Nah, we got Jonathan Akone and Nico
Yeah,
Gonzalez.
Jonathan Akone.
Gonzalez and Akone.
He's the winger, Gonzalez, actually.
Yeah, he was meant to go to World Cup, got injured, so we would have had a World Cup winner. But Gonzalez and Akone would be our best assets right now,
Yeah, okay.
if you know what I'm saying. And Dodo right back, but we just signed Dodo for 15 from
Yeah.
Shakhtar.
Yeah, the
Dodo's
Brazilian.
like a little Danny Alves.
Yeah,
Except
he's good.
Bro, he's fucking.
He's
nuts.
good on FIFA, that's why I know him.
He's a good footballer, but like more passionately, he's like we scored a goal the other day against Lech Poznan. So we went to Lech Poznan and we won 4-1, right? In the first leg.
Wasn't they're Polish, yeah.
Yeah, in the conference league.
yeah.
So we come home, they go 3-0 up.
Shit.
Bro, I'm listening to it on the radio. I had to go to work. I'm going, I'm screaming. I'm screaming. Like, this is
That's
fucked.
the worst when you have to listen to him on the radio. I was listening to Arsenal on the radio when I landed in London, the West Ham game, because I just got in there and it's hard.
Bro, it's fucked. And I'm screaming. And then we ended up scoring 2. But so we go 1 up, obviously, so it goes into 5-4. And then on the 6th, we score a 6th over the leg and we win and we're chilling. And on that 6th, like Dodo, away from the play, he's completely away from the play. He's like celebrating off his fucking head just by
Good on
himself.
him, bro.
And
That's what fans love at the end of the day.
and like we're a big club, bro. Like,
Yeah, you are, bro. You've Helos players like Mo Salah. Come on, bro. Juan Cuadrado.
hey, fuck him. But yeah, like I can't stand any of the Juve boys like Chiesa, Vlahovic.
Yeah.
But like before that, bro, like Batistuta, one of the best strikers world.
Yeah.
football's
He's
ever
on the
seen.
back of that Fiorentina kid I got.
Yeah, Batigod. Or Batigol. But like, yeah, so we're in the Conference League semi-final as well. We got Basel.
Yeah.
And bro, but at the start of the year,
Who else is in the conference? West Ham are on the other side with.
against Alchem.
Okay, bro, you guys got a good shot. You guys got a good shot.
Yeah. Was it West Ham Alkmaar? Oh, fuck. Maybe. I can't remember. I honestly, bro,
Probably see West Ham.
I just focused on Fiorentina.
Yeah.
Especially with that shit, because the Conference League's hard to read. Like, it's... Like, look, for an Arsenal fan, yeah, it's Conference League. He gives a fuck. But as a Fiorentina fan, it's very much like you understand the importance of what this is.
Yeah.
Now. It's very much more money, and it's an opportunity for European silverware. Roma won it last year, bro.
Like, I think people forget that it's, if you're a smaller, like when I say small club in terms of like an Arsenal
Fiorentina,
compared to that, like, bro, any silverware you can get your hands on is massive for the fans.
Anyone
It
else
doesn't come often.
Yeah. Anyone outside of... Like, if you take every country's traditional top 6, or say you're Portugal, you take away the traditional top 3, any club outside of those that win it, it's massive for them, bro. Like, we're a big club, but Atalanta and Lazio have replaced us over the past few years.
Yeah.
So we find
That's
ourselves...
the cycle. That's the cycle.
Yeah, we find ourselves 7th or 8th best in the country. So, like, going on for that. But the cup, bro, that's on a Thursday morning at 2 a.m. Not going to work. I'm watching it at home with my dad. It's gonna be fucking mental. Bro, my dad's sitting there. My dad's 57, and he's going like, we're watching we listen to it separately.
Yeah.
Wait till later that night. Sometimes like he won't even be home. He travels for work, and I'm here doing this shit. So if it's so much, 2 days later, we sit down together, we watch the highlights, and we watch every like Fiorentina fans talking about shit like that.
And that's good. You've been doing that for years, and you'll be doing that for years.
Bro, yeah. So we're watching the 0-0 Cremonese game. Oh shit, you know, I reckon it's like 11:30 at night. We've hardly got the volume on. Everyone in the house is asleep. And I turn to him and go, who would have fucking thought? And he goes, mate, what the fuck? I'm 57. Like, and he goes, I can't believe I'm watching. Like, we're in the final. Like, we're
and your
90
dad's
minutes.
seen it all.
And bro, we've knocked. Yeah, he's seen this club in dire times. We've knocked Inter off 3 weeks ago, 1-0 at Inter. And then earlier in the season, we lost 4-3 to them at home, and they scored in the 97th minute.
There's a lot of last minute winners in Italy, I've got to say.
It's a good league,
One
bro.
opened recently, Milan. Milo and Roma. I think
Oh, that
Milan
was
scored.
Monday morning. Yeah,
Yeah.
92nd, 95th. Yeah. I honestly, bro, like my dad always talks about it because he was born in the 60s. So the 80s was like,
Prime
reckons-
Serie A, yeah.
he goes like, fuck
The
it.
Hullets, the Platinis.
Yeah,
all of them,
he
yeah.
just wishes. And my nonna, so bro, crazy. So there's a guy called, what's his name? Aldo Serena. And he ended up playing for Italy. He was a really good striker for Inter Milan. He played for Juve, he played for all these clubs. His mother and my nonna were close. So he's from a town called Montebelluna. That's where my nonna comes from. So my dad got kits off Aldo, just game kits. But
That's
there's
sick.
like kits.
The Fiorentina ones?
No, he never played for Fiorentina.
Okay.
Fiorentina is not really big in my nonna's town.
Okay.
Because you got Empoli near and you got
Empoli, yeah.
Bologna. Fuck Bologna. But you got them, right?
Yeah.
So that's just like Tottenham,
Yeah.
bro. Like, fuck them. And so, yeah, like dad's watched, like Aldo during that time was playing in the Serie A while dad was a bit younger than Aldo. So dad was like watching Aldo play and watching all these players around him. And then he just watched like the demise of the money. And then the Premier League came in, knocked it. But he kind of, and he admits it to me, he goes like, it's most probably the best I've seen it since the 90s.
It's been.
The last time was 2010.
I
we
think
had
Serie A
anything
could
like
be
it.
the second in the top 5 now.
I
I think
it
La
will be,
Liga,
bro.
La
La
Liga,
Liga,
it's lost its
Bundesliga,
juice. It's lost its juice. Messi, Ronaldo.
It's just boring, bro.
Yeah,
Like what? La Liga's story this year is Valencia.
bro. They could go down.
Yeah.
They look like they will go down.
Well, it's basically like that's just Everton going down.
Yeah.
But that's fucking stock standard of what we're talking about with the Prem, you know?
Exactly. Well, you saw Malaga go down a couple of years ago in the La Liga.
Yeah, they're a crazy story, bro. Because that owner initially was godsend.
Yeah.
Champions League quarterfinal.
Bro, that's where we got Santi Cazorla from. They had
Isco.
Isco, Nacho Monreal.
Di Michaelis.
Yeah, the Helos. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pellegrini was their coach.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Fuck.
And what happened after was fucked. But yeah, like Spain, bro. It's very much like Barca, Real Madrid, cool.
Yeah.
Atletico. I love Atletico because I was given a Forlan jersey when I was 10. Yeah, bro. So like, and an Aguero one as well. He was there as well. So like, I got a soft spot for him. But like, besides them, it's Sevilla, Betis,
Yeah.
Valencia, if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Who else is there?
Villarreal.
Yeah. There you go. Essentially, if you were to average it out, that's what you're getting over the past 20 years, right? Same with the Bundesliga, bro. Like Bayern have had
Bundesliga is dead, man. Come on, Bayern have dominated that league, and I think Dortmund are close this season for the first time
Bayern
since 2012.
Bayern have had a fucked year and they could still win it.
It's crazy, bro. They've sacked their manager how long?
They
What,
got
a month
punch ups in
ago?
the change room,
Bro,
still
it,
win.
like it's one thing I hate about the Bundesliga is that it's literally like it's just poach all the talent. Like
Yeah.
that's all Bayern Munich do. Upamecano is good for Leipzig, let's poach him. Goretzka's good for Schalke, poach him. Neuer's good for Schalke, poach him. Like,
Yeah.
come on, bro. Like you don't really see that anywhere else in the Premier League. Like,
Yeah. Me and my two mates from the World Cup, we actually did it.
and maybe Juve do it a bit as well. Actually, sorry.
Yeah. Bro, fuck.
A lot. Sorry. Yeah.
There's not much retainment of talent in Italy, but when it is, it's like Berardi for Sassuolo. You know, like they'll
respect.
stay. Like everyone's like,
Domenico, bro. He's kicked on for a while there, bro.
yeah,
I think he come up was like 2014.
yeah. Their biggest loss there was De Serbi
Oh,
when he went to Shakhtar.
he was like, so Roberto De Serbi was coaching at Sassuolo.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
and they had a good year, bro. Claudes would know about it. I've heard him talk about it. Yeah, Claudes would know about it. They had a good year. They finished top 5 or top 6, and Scamacca was there.
Yeah, and that's when he went to West
Fuck,
Ham.
maybe even a young, I say young, he's young.
Raspadori.
Raspadori was on the left, maybe. Can't remember.
He's at Lazio now, isn't he?
And Traore from Bournemouth was there. Yeah, Raspadori's at Napoli. He's fucking good.
Napoli, sorry, yeah.
But we did a raffle for the Bundesliga teams, bro. So I got Schalke, which I was happy with because I used to own a Real kit.
Yeah, I know, but they're like, are they fighting?
Well, we're getting relegated, but I'm
Yeah.
chilling. Like, they're not really my team.
They're such a big club, man.
But that's
I
what it
remember,
is,
I remember
bro. All the
the days
money.
of Jefferson Farfan on the right, Klaas-Jan Huntelaar
Yeah.
up top,
And fucking Draxler was there.
Yeah.
Rakitic was there as a young
Max
kid.
Meyer.
Yeah, bro. But like, it's like a fucking pyramid scheme, bro. It just all goes to one club at the top, which is
Yeah,
fine.
it's just
The
shit.
rest of the clubs are suffering.
Yeah.
Dortmund has its own ecosystem, which is cool.
But then the clubs that need money will take the paycheck from them, and that's how it works.
Exactly. So unless you're like Leverkusen or Mönchengladbach, basically you're falling into this pit of shit.
Yeah.
Union Berlin and Freiburg are changing the scene.
Bro, big up Union Berlin, bro. They're
And-
competing up there.
And like, as much as people want to hate on Leipzig for what they stand for, which is, corporate jargon.
Yeah.
But fuck it. Like they're a self-sustained model and they're doing well and they don't sign players on big fees.
Yeah,
They
and they're
produce
competing,
them.
bro. And they're competing.
So like, who's to say that's not an actual model of football when we've allowed like these massive, bro, I could go on for ages. I hate Man City because of it. But like we've allowed massive like clubs to become superpowers and kids nowadays don't think of anything different. They don't know. So we only know it through our dads, bro, that there wasn't a time like this before. Like Hamburg used to be
Big
like,
club.
yeah, Hamburg was Champions League finalists and shit like that. You know what I mean? Blackburn, Leicester, like, oh, kids would know about Leicester.
But Leicester's just, that's an anomaly.
Yeah, but like Blackburn,
But you know what?
Newcastle, bro. That's why we don't bat an eye to the takeover. Because
Yeah.
Newcastle, once upon a time, we're at the
We're
top.
a big club.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So like, but bro, this fucking shit of like Bayern, PSG, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Juve, it had to stop at one point. Italy's made it stop. Thank God because of Inter Milan's owner.
Yeah.
He took on like Dzeko and Dumfries in one window and still won the league.
Yeah,
like
that's
and
crazy.
kept Barella out of nowhere.
Who was the coach then? Conte.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was crazy effort, bro. The guy's Chinese. And he was public. He was like, we got no fucking money. But I'll do what I can. Gets Dzeko on a free and he got Dumfries for like 15.
Jeez.
And there was maybe one other signing. But he basically come out and said, like, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah, they signed Alexis Sanchez like the year before and nothing. Like,
so that year after is when he goes like we have no money because of COVID because he was a Chinese businessman.
Yeah.
And, you know, shit got fucked up for him. And still managed to make it work. Didn't have to sell his biggest assets. Sold what was appropriate. Moved on, won the league, got that money. And he's still sustainably doing it. Nothing huge, nothing crazy. And they've taken over. AC Milan caught up. Lazio.
yeah, big up AC Milan. Yeah, I like seeing those proper traditional clubs.
Yeah.
Like, I love that we've got a Milan derby in the semi-final of the Champions League.
Yeah, it reminds me of 2010.
Yeah,
Because that's what I grew up on, bro.
yeah.
I grew up on...
Samuel Eto'o.
Yeah, I grew up on the fucking inter-treble team with Pandev, Milito, and... what the...
Eto'o.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who was the other winger?
You had Wesley Sneijder.
Oh,
in there
Rodrigo
as well.
was in there as well. The rat's tail guy.
Oh yeah, Palacio. Rodrigo Palacio.
Yeah. And, you know, it's like Stankovic was in the midfield and shit like that. So that's what I grew up on. But I was watching with my nonno before school. But on the other hand, so that team was winning everything. Lucio. But then you had this fucking AC Milan team that was like stars.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And I've never seen that since. So this is like, you often get caught up in nostalgia, but this is the first time in a long time I've actually sat back and gone like, hey, Teo Hernandez is probably the best left back in the world, whether people want to debate it or not.
Yeah.
Like, bro, he put up a World Cup.
Yeah.
And he's about to put AC Milan to the Champions League final. Rafa Leao is actually the answer to a lot of people's, you know, like, who's our star boy?
Yeah,
Besides
well, at the
Mbappe
end of
and
the day,
Haaland.
why would Man City be wanting him so much?
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
He is the answer to, like, a top three. You know how, like, it was Messi versus Ronaldo?
Yeah.
It's now Haaland versus Mbappe. But in that Messi-Ronaldo debate, you'd have Lewandowski pop in. You'd have Benzema have their says. At the moment, Leao's having his say, but who's to say that's not permanent? You know, like who's to say this isn't our best three for the next 10 years?
Yeah.
And obviously you got Saka and Rashford as well.
Yeah.
But I think Rashford's
Rashford's, he's what, 25, 26?
crazy to think about.
Yeah,
It.
it
It's
is.
like Lingard.
That's what I'm trying to say, bro. Like, Bukayo Saka, what he's doing at that age, bro. Come on.
But yeah, and then like Krunic, Benacer, who's an Arsenal junior.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, we could have done it with him, bro. As someone who
That's
watches
like a lot of
AC.
players that came out of Arsenal.
Yeah.
Like Daniel Malin, there's just so much. And Serge Gnabry, bro. Serge Gnabry's not even starting at Bayern, bro. Fucking get him on the floor.
Yeah, they're
Get him
selling
to,
him.
Get him to London, bro.
Yeah. But yeah, so like and Tomori, Mike Maignan, who's fucking best keeper in the world, like, and then you got Inter who have got like Bastoni, De Vries, Skriniar, the best defensive midfielder in the world. I'll hear nothing more. Brozovic, bro.
Brozovic, yeah.
Obviously Rodri, but like Brozovic,
Yeah.
bro. Like on his day,
Unreal.
he's a like,
Nico
let's be-
Barella
let's-
in that midfield as well.
Yeah, I think Barella is most probably the best player in the league with Teo.
Yeah.
Like consistently, if you take every game, I take them two, and I take what's his name from Napoli this year, Kim, the centre
Oh,
back.
yeah. And then we're Kvaratskhelia.
Yeah, but even Cava, bro, it's been figured out a bit. I put
Yeah.
on my story last night. I sent a message in 11th of September 2022. It's like Kvaratskhelia, and I go, wait, if you want to see a future 11, Kvaratskhelia for Napoli. And then the next message is, I don't know how to say fucking or write his name,
But he's good.
watch this guy, and then yeah, bro, he took off. But even him, he's like somewhat figured out. They choked it last night. You would have known if you.
Yeah, they drew 1-1, they said. And then even in the Champions League, bro, they shouldn't really be losing to Milan over 2 legs.
I think.
Well, the only goal they score is a penalty.
Yeah.
Come on, like,
Yeah, they're
supposed to be
they've
this
been figured out,
dominant
but they've been
force.
figured out late by the other teams, which is good. Because I wrote on Sporting Club Helos, bro, I was like, this is the year of Diego's dreams, bro. Napoli win, Sevilla can win a cup as well.
And Argentina win the World Cup.
Argentina win the World Cup.
Crazy.
I put that out there. It didn't really get many likes, but I put a lot of effort into the writing of it because I was like, this is truly like no one's mentioning this. That This is Diego's wildest fucking dreams.
Yeah.
Sevilla, Napoli.
What how Boca Juniors doing?
I don't know.
Don't know.
But they have a different season.
Yeah.
So it'd be hard to line that up. But like Argentina World Cup and just Argentina Napoli alone.
That's
simple.
enough. That's enough.
That is everything he would have wanted in his life, and he passed away the year before he got to see it.
That's my dad's favorite player of all time.
Yeah, I put him as like
Greatest.
no, not the greatest.
I don't mind when people put him like because I'm a Messi number one.
Yeah,
I don't mind when they go like Maradona number two.
It's crazy Argentina have both.
Yeah, it is. They're both left-footed, both 5'5". Like
yeah,
it's sometimes it is just scripted.
It's like Lam and Kimmich.
Yeah, it's just scripted sometimes. I feel like it's Pedri and Iniesta.
Yeah,
it comes in at the right time. Like they're just regens.
Yeah, it's just like no matter what you did in life, this was your. You know who the other one is Miroslav Klose and Kai Havertz. They are not the greatest strikers you'll ever see.
But they're like lanky, tall.
But bro, I reckon Havertz will have other winning. I reckon he'll have other cups to his name. Think about it. He hasn't been that good for Chelsea. He's got a fucking Champions League to his name.
I know.
Klose was the same, bro. He just
but
scored goals.
actually, he's got the World Cup goal scoring record.
No. But like, yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, for sure. But like, he also played in fucking Mario Gomez and Thomas Müller helped him.
Yeah. I think that German side was just a machine.
But like, yeah, he just kind of like is like if you were to look at closer on a pitch, you wouldn't be able to pick that he's got like all these things to his name. I reckon Havertz will be the same, bro. By the time he's done, he'll have some weird records to his fucking name.
I don't rate him though.
You don't rate him? I don't think he's a striker.
That's what I think the issue.
He has to face the play, not be his back to it.
I think that's the issue. And then I think other number 10s on the elite level, I don't think he is that. I think he was lucky at Leverkusen where he was that guy in their team where he could roam, he could float where he wanted to float, like a Jack Grealish at Aston Villa, where he was the guy in the team where now look how long it's taken Jack Grealish to actually become his own in that Man City side. He's been absolutely elite. Against Arsenal, he killed us. I just think Kai Havertz needs a great side around him and he needs to mould to it now at Chelsea. But Chelsea have no excuses, bro. The money they're throwing around, fuck them. Now I'll say that and we'll probably lose to them tomorrow morning. Like, fuck.
Just quickly.
Yeah.
Where did the love for Arsenal come from, do you know?
Where did the love come? Came from a family friend. So I only really started loving football since the 2010 World Cup.
Yeah.
And I had a family friend, Anthony. Shout out to Anthony. It was kind of like
Anthony changed TikTok in Australia football fans.
That's it, bro. Exactly. He was like a brotherly figure to me growing up because I grew up me and my sister, and then he was like my brotherly figure growing up. He got me into like FIFA and all that stuff. And he was an Arsenal fan. He goes, bro, you got to get on this stuff. So he started showing me Arsenal stuff, and then from then on out, man, it's just blossomed into an unextricable bond. Unbelievable.
Who'd your dad go for?
My dad's a Liverpool fan.
Right.
My dad's actually a Liverpool fan.
Like proper or just kind of like...
Nah, he's proper, but he's not like your dad listening to like Fiorentina. Not that much, but he'll get up for games, 100%.
Yeah.
But I think it was like the Craig Johnson era. Maybe the Australian done at Liverpool. I think that's what he got in to Liverpool as well. And he also told me like the accessibility to watch Liverpool was unreal. But that's why he probably didn't mould me into a Liverpool fan when I was young, because he wasn't crazy.
Well, you just missed out on Kuehl.
Yeah.
So a lot of blokes my age are Liverpool fans because
of Kuehl.
when they were 5, first got to school, Harry Kuehl was star boy at Liverpool. And I'm pictured in a Leeds jersey when I'm like an infant.
Okay.
Like same
Viduka.
Big mark.
Yeah.
I wrote a post on him the other day. I just writing it with
like
biggest smile on my face, going fucking big mark. But like so you got like what, big mark, Michael Bridges, Optus, and then Harry. So I think like Everton's the same, bro. There's kids in
Austin. I've got one of my closest mates is an Everton fan, and funny thing enough, Tim Cahill. And I was overseas in the UK and I was trying to explain to these guys how we get up at 2 a.m. to watch our sides. I was like, yeah, bro, one of my mates is an Everton fan. He goes, your mate gets up at 2 a.m. to watch fucking Everton play. He goes, fuck that. If I was from Australia, I'd be the biggest fucking glory hunter, bro. Fuck that. And like, they don't understand, bro, how much we love it.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. Like, big up him, bro. He gets up to watch Everton. But and hopefully Arsenal don't have a relegation scrap.
I had a mate at uni who went for Ipswich Town.
Bro, how? How did
Dad
they do it?
Went for him, and that was it.
But like, does he properly get up?
Loves it.
Jeez, man.
The other day they got promoted. He was sharing it on his story to the championship.
Good on him.
Bro, they were
That's why I like those old school clubs. That's why when I was saying I was looking at the championship clubs like Ipswich Town, Ipswich Town, sorry,
Millwall.
Coventry City, Millwall. Like, I'm dying to see a Coventry City or a Millwall go up.
Yeah.
Millwall versus West Ham, that's box office.
Be dangerous.
Yeah, it would be, but we need that, bro. That's what it's gone. Football sells dreams.
Fuck, bro. That'd be one of the biggest days in football, I reckon.
Oh, bro. They'll market.
Yeah, I reckon it'll.
Copper 90 will go out and do some Derby Days video for that. 100%.
I want to get him on the pod so bad.
Yeah, Eddie's a top guy. Yeah.
He's the original, bro. He's the original.
I bumped into him, bro. On during the World Cup. When I finished one of the shows, I had him warming up for SBS, and I was just talking to him for a while. I regret not getting a photo with him because he was someone I watched a lot growing up. But top.
Yeah, bro.
He's a character though.
Yeah.
He's a character, bro. His phone was. I remember he pulls it out and it was all smashed up, and his lock screen was a police officer hitting person with a fucking baton or something. I remember I asked him, I think it was something to do with like after a game or something. It was a weirdest story. Story. It was a wild character, but he's a top guy.
Bro, he's seen like he is everything I aim to embody in football.
Yeah.
Like Trabzonspor, like I have Turkish mates. Yeah. And they're like Trabzonspor's like, do you know Lithgow?
Yeah.
Like it is like Lithgow as a football club. Like this is like
be on and all.
Yeah, is like the socio-economic, low class, draft away from most of fucking society in terms of geographical location.
But Trabzonspor do really well,
bro. They're just like a coal town. There's nothing to the city. It's just Trabzonspor is like their thing, and then it's just coal factories around it, bro. There's not much in the city, and he went there and documented them winning their title, which was like if you think about Turkish football, you don't think about Trabzonspor.
Yeah.
So I've always wanted to like talk to him.
He would have some crazy stories, bro.
Oh yeah, but like back to the point, like I've got a how old is he? My cousin's 15. Yeah, 15. So he follows you, right?
Yeah.
So like he'd think like he puts you like as like the Australian football guy. He teaches me about stuff I don't know.
Yeah.
But like for me and you, that's Eli.
Yeah.
And it changed everything.
It does.
Like even like someone like Claude's would even I don't 100%. Know how old Claude's is, but
he's 26. Yeah.
Yeah. So even Eli, I think would have a few years on him. Him and local FC Chad Gibson.
Yeah.
Those two, bro. They're everything that is this generation would know. That's like those were the guys.
Yeah.
They were the ones who initially got on Instagram, talked their shit.
Yeah. And he did so well. Like bro, some of those videos are so iconic, bro. That Boca Juniors vs River Plate video is one of the best ones on YouTube. Yeah. YouTube heritage, bro. That one.
Have you seen that Kurt Kaz guy, that Dutch bloke in that's like goes around Colombia?
No.
Like, bro, he's just nutter.
What, he goes football games or?
Yes, but initially, right, he went into Bogota in Colombia. He's a South African or he's Dutch. I can't tell the difference sometimes.
Yeah, it's a close accent.
Yeah, and he's just walking around the most dangerous hoods in Colombia
just for
with his GoPro. But he went to a fucking Medellin game. And they knocked down the thing and they're allowed on grass, like on the pitch.
Just standing
But there's like a barrier to stop them from entering the actual pitch. But they're on the grass of the stadium. And bro, he's just there with his GoPro, just smiling and shit. And there's people like yelling, nuts. Never seen anything like it. It reminded me of the Eli thing. Like, just balls to the wall. This foreigner doesn't give a fuck. He's here to document it.
Yeah.
And
I think he was saying his phone got pickpocketed in Argentina when he was there for the celebration.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Like when you're in Italy, when I was there in Rome, you got to wear a bum bag.
Yeah, when I was walking around Spain, I was wearing a bum bag. I was alright that area, was alright, but I'm going back soon. We're going back to Barcelona, so you're gonna have to.
Are you going back for European summer?
Yeah,
with the
lads.
boys. Yeah.
Not a football trip. I opted the sport this time.
Where are you going?
Barcelona, Ibiza, Mykonos, Santorini, Amsterdam, Budapest, fucking everywhere, bro.
How long are you going for?
6 weeks.
Good shit, bro. I went for 5.
Yeah, it's a good time, eh?
Yeah, nice. Are you doing a Lucky Kentucky or anything, or are you always?
Nah, not Kentucky, but like we're in hostels and things like that as well. So like we're going around. So.
Fuck, bro. It'd be funny if you get noticed in the hostels.
Bro, imagine. I don't think over there I will. Like in Spain, actually, you know what? Actually, good talking point. Like in Spain, I didn't get recognised, but the bus driver that was driving us around said something to me in Spanish, but I didn't understand. And the guy started laughing. He translates to me. He goes, she wants you to sign an autograph on a paper so she can give it to her son. Her son watches your videos. What the fuck are the chances of that in Spain, eh? Crazy, bro. That was fun. I forgot about that, actually.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Stav global, bro.
Global.
Hey, I hope one day the Sunday League videos, I can like walk on any Sunday League pitch in the world Get known as the Aussie
That's
Sunday
him, bro.
League guy.
That's my boy. That's my boy.
You know,
Aussie Sun.
you know how like in Iceland they've got those pictures where they're like the most beautiful picture.
Bro,
I've ever seen? I'd love
the
to make
4-3-3 pitch.
Yeah. I'd love to make like a Sunday League video on them.
On there.
Next European trip I do.
Yeah, fucking that video would bang, bro.
Yeah, or like on the there's one in Monaco where it's
Like
just
that.
like the you know where they train and they got the mountain behind them.
Yeah, the mountain. Yeah,
Yeah, I want to do one on like all these pictures around Europe where
that
it's
would bang.
yeah. I went and played, bro. I went well not played. I was there around them in Paris. We were staying in a place called Gentil. And Paris FC was across the road.
Yeah.
Like the original Paris club.
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah.
PSG.
They're Navy as well, aren't they?
Yeah. And like they opened up their training ground. Bro, there's just kids kicking ball.
Fucking good on them, bro. That's old school.
Yeah, and they had like an Olympic looking ground and shit. But PSG's all blocked off, got all fashion shops in the main
Parc des
street.
Princes.
Everything wrong with football.
It's crazy, France.
Yeah.
I was there
nutters,
during the
bro.
2018 World Cup. I was there for a bit when they beat Argentina 4-3.
With your family?
Yeah. Then the streets was just crazy.
Bro, that would have been crazy, eh?
It was.
And yeah, like they clash heavy with the English fans and shit like that.
They do. But I was in Greece when England got far. England versus Croatia. Sorry, that's when I watched that semi-final in Greece. Fuck, that was a crazy. That was a weird World Cup 2018. Actually.
Yeah, was it?
It wasn't as good as this latest
Yeah.
one, and it wasn't near close 2014.
I put on a show, bro.
It did, bro. It blew out of the water. It's probably the best World Cup I've seen properly. Like 2010 World Cup, I got a decent amount of it, but my memory's not great. But 2022, bro. I think just everything involved about it, I'm gonna put it number one.
Yeah.
I have to.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Look, we'll wrap it up. We've been going for almost 2 hours, bro.
Fucking hell, man. Good chat, eh? Good chat.
God, football, bro. I need to. I want to start a football podcast, but I also don't just want to be another podcast, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm always like thinking, like, do I just go with a guest every week and we talk? Because Born Offside does that, but it's very much like see that book over there, The Death and Life of Australian Soccer.
Yeah.
That like book details the downfall of the NSL, all that shit. I very much want to do one where like I don't know, bro. I just want to. That's why I love this one today,
Bro, I think if there's a second division in Australia, that's something you got to eat up, bro. That's
Yeah.
where you.
Well, I want to go to the grounds, bro. I want to be there on foot, going like,
Yeah.
just grabbing every fucking grandfather in that ground.
Yeah.
How does this make you feel? You know what I mean? And like, cause you know what, Sydney Morning Herald, like that thing at Blacktown, not Blacktown, Padstow the other night in Bankstown, like, bro, that shit the other night. That's what
That's what makes the news, bro. It's
But
fucked.
if like TikTok's our own platform, so if I can get on TikTok and go to all these grounds where the second division's coming to in Sydney,
Bro, I can guarantee you,
Interviewing
you'll do
models.
that. John Bernard's going to go to those games.
Yeah.
Mahmoud Ismail's going to go to those games just because they know the cultures are going to be there. And that's what's going to be. It's going to be great.
people love it, bro. White, honestly, like I say, white people. I am white, but like people who didn't grow up with that ethnicity. Even, like I know blokes that are fully Australian, but their best mates or their sibling married into a woke family. Or whatever. So they like love it. They understand it. They understand like what it means. They understand it's like the food is like actually
Part of life.
Yeah, it's not food. It's not just food. It's
Yeah.
like an actual like a showing of love.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
your nonna spends 3 hours cooking that shit, and like, bro, I just want to go document that. Like that's what I want to do. So it's.
I'm thriving for that. I really am.
Yeah, I reckon it'd be massive. But yeah, that thing I did, bro. I did research into it quickly before we wrap up. I did research into like players that could actually be a marquee for the second division, right? I came across a guy in the Brazilian second division called Rafinha.
Another Rafinha.
Oh, he's Australian.
Okay.
So I sent it to Concept Football Club, who I did the collab post with on Instagram. So he did the design. I was the one who did the research and put my name on every of those fucked up marquees. Bro, I sent it to him and he goes, "Oh yeah, I reckon his dad is Fernando Reck, who was born in, who played for Brisbane Strikers, played for Adelaide in the early 2000s." Bro, this guy, this Aussie kid who's playing in Brazil at the moment in the second division. Bear in mind, if he wanted to come to the A-League, I reckon he could do a fucking job.
Yeah.
If you look at, what's his name? Marco Tullio from Central Coast. He's killing it.
Yeah.
He's not from the greatest divisions. And who was that guy from Newcastle? Oh, fuck.
What?
Pena? Do you remember him?
Oh, old school days. Yeah. Recently.
Yeah. And then you got like Guy as well. Like these weren't.
No, who was the? Guy Finkler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These guys went crazy. So I was like, I messaged him. Bro, and he knew off the top of his head, like, there's every chance if that guy's born in Brisbane in that year that his dad played for Brisbane Strikers, it was true. You know,
Crazy.
like, bro. There's guys like him around that I'm starting to link up with, where I'm like, fuck, like there's actually a lot of
care
information.
about football, bro.
There's a lot of information people find interesting, bro. There's like guys like Anthony Callach who got cut from Sydney FC. He plays for fucking Split.
Oh shit! In
Bro,
Croatia.
no joke. That's a massive club.
Yeah.
Like I was in Split.
I grew up with a kid that plays over there in Croatia. Families all over there, and like he would 100% cut it. Like I know for a fact he's been told that he would start at Wanderers.
Yeah.
But like he's still just doing it in Croatia to see like because being in a top five, not top five, but being in a European league is just different. It's a different draw. Like he was saying to me, it's a different draw to Socceroos and stuff like that to end up making that squad.
Is he not sure whether he'll?
It's funny because he's technically Croatian background as well.
Yeah.
I think what he said was that if Socceroos do come calling, he'll 100% accept it.
Yeah.
But I think he said if Croatia come calling, he'll take Croatia. Which, fair. The whole Christian Volpata situation like that, I think it got a bit blown out. The way I look at that situation is that.
Bro, the kid was chewed up and spat out by Australian football. A good
First, I reckon you even take that out. Even take that argument out of it. Look at it like this. Imagine Totti.
Yeah.
Totti. Fucking Francesco Totti. Imagine like I grow up and I'm training and then Mesut Ozil's sitting with me and I'm got German background as well. Yeah. I've grown up with the German culture. I've watched him since the day I day and he sits down with me and goes, hey Nick, I'll be real with you. I reckon I can get you into the German setup.
Yeah.
You're thinking that you're fucking idol. He's saying that to you. That's a massive influence, bro. How can you not say no? Now, I'll be real with you. I might sound idiot here. I reckon Volpata will end up choosing Australia. I reckon he'll end up choosing Australia.
Yeah.
He's waited out. Look at Alexander Robertson's ended up choosing Australia. Look at Nestor. I know people have question marks about Garan Qual. Nestoria and Kunda, I'm confident he will be a fucking gun. He's got end product to his game already.
I think Garang will as well. We have this recency thing where we forget he's 18.
That's what I'm saying.
Like a lot of footballers you're watching now,
he's not gonna have the end product
now. Brun Gim and fucking Joel Linton in Newcastle, just off the top of my head, those guys weren't balling at 18. No. There's no like, you know what I mean? People forget their age. Yeah. They look at the division, they look at the flight, they look at the guy. They go,
the one thing I just don't like, he just had so much eyes on him at the moment, which is like,
he shouldn't have gone to Hearts.
Yeah,
he should have come home. Yeah. And done the 6 months. He should that way. Even if
he wasn't even starting.
No, even if he was shit for Central Coast, it's chill. It's whatever. He's about to go to the Premier League. That's all we care about. Yeah, is how he transitions. But anyway, I think Nestori.
He just needs seems like he's got end product already.
Yeah, but have you watched him start? It's a bit different.
Yeah,
he gets figured out a bit.
Yeah,
it's that pace at the end of the game that makes.
But that's 17.
Yeah, bro. That's the other part of it. It's where it's like you don't want to be too critical, but if you're to be real at a European football level, there's still a.
I heard there was interest in buying.
Yeah, I think they. Well, bro, the last time they signed a 17-year-old kid from over there,
Sarpreet Singh.
Pardon?
Sarpreet Singh. Then you remember they signed the I'm not sure where he's gone.
But like Alfonso, because I remember one of my mates was about to go to America. He left the AIS, and at the time it was a massive calling card because Alfonso had just left Vancouver. You know what I mean? And there was like going to Bayern. He had a slow start there, and then
put him into left back.
Bro, he took Canada to a World Cup, which is fun.
Exactly. And he scored a goal.
Yeah, but I think there's a bright future, bro. I think like Keanu as well, like that. Everyone looks over that. Like Keanu's going to be in the team for like.
I was shocked about Keanu. I really thought his brother Kieran was just a lot better player.
Kieran was when we were growing up.
Yeah, when we were growing up.
Yeah, Kieran was actually really good for the A-League. Yeah. It was a pity he made that stupid decision to go to South Africa.
Yeah,
I know Kaiser and Orlando are big. We all know that from FIFA. But like, bro, it's just not where you got to go.
I feel for those players because sometimes they get bigger money. It's a lure to go over. Like you look at Marco Rojas. Feels like every fucking few years he's going over and he's coming back and he's going over and they just can't crack the code. Yeah, and that I just hope some of these players, like my boy Pat Yazbek, I'm close with him, and he's fucking killing it.
Yeah, he's having a cracker,
at the moment. Like, bro, I just want him to just fucking fly.
But that shows. I reckon there's this element of that where he's got two Aussies that are older than him. There.
Yeah, and it's good. And the way he was talking about Viking is that they're a club that gets them, develops them, and then sends them off. And you can see he signed there with the purpose that they will develop me, and then a top 5 league club will come calling, and I hope the best for him. He's technically an Arsenal fan as well, so fucking come on, Paddy Yazbek.
Time for fucking bro. My mate's Jed Drew.
Okay, yeah.
The guy at MacArthur, the right winger.
Yeah.
That winner against Central Coast. I keep telling him every time I see him around, like, just sign for Fiorentina. Like,
Just get there, bro. I'll get your name on the back of my jersey, bro.
Last Aussie that signed for Fiorentina was Josh Brilliante.
Josh Brilliant, yes, and he came from there to Sydney FC. Am I wrong?
Yeah, he didn't.
Yeah,
like 5-6 games.
Yeah, no.
He wasn't.
Straight won't forget him.
But people loved him, bro, because he was like this bearded Aussie. He was real rough at the time.
Yeah.
And, like the Italians loved it because they're
Bro, he
like,
had a cracker in him, bro.
yeah, he's a fucking good player. He's good at victory now.
Yeah.
But look, we'll end it now. Stav, it's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure, bro. The chat went for this long because it was a good chat.
Yeah. we'll run it up again, bro. We'll have to figure out something for Sporting Club Helos.
Yeah.
We'll have to get you to a Sunday league game, bro. Do some commentary.
Bro, yeah, it wouldn't be bad. Yeah, because I'm free on Sundays.
Get you and you know how like Kennedy and that BKR Sport guy did the
Yeah, Kennedy Charrington.
Get you and like one of the cats or Danny to
Come and do a commentating.
or Claude.
Bro, I get this DM from the six-a-side team like every fucking week. Like, bro, can you play for us, bro? I've responded once and bro, I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And they keep on fucking responding. Bro, I'm not even a fucking baller, man. I'm just the average fucking player.
They mistake the ball knowledge for ball on the feet knowledge.
Yeah, exactly.
Nick Stav on TikTok, Nick Stav on Instagram, and what else is there?
Nick Knows Ball on YouTube.
Yeah. And then, as always, Spotify, YouTube, all that good stuff. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow on Spotify. It means the world. Give us a rating. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
Thank you.